The only thing better than watching football is talking about it. So we invented Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Welcome in. It's Monday, and everybody works on Mondays. Labor Day. Hopefully you're enjoying the holiday. Matty Ice to my right. TLC showed up despite predicting Notre Dame would thrash Miami. He is here, and we're all present and accounted for. Good to see you, fellas.
Man, it's good to see you again, AR. It really is. Yeah, we got TLC back, and babyface TLC is back in the building today. No beard, you know what I'm saying? So he's going to that look, which he does every couple months.
He jinxed his team.
He really did.
So.
And we got a lot to get into, which is fun, because this is one of the best times of the year, man, when we get to this pocket of the calendar, and games that matter are now in the rear view, and we can break them all down, and we got so much more football to go. So, yeah, man, it's good to be back in the house with you. Had a fun time out there on Friday, out there on campus, knocking out the show, gearing up for Texas and Ohio State, and now here we are. How was the rest of your weekend before we really go crazy at everything we saw?
Listen, these are the best weekends for us because we had a benchmark measuring stick, which we'll get to right out of the gate. There was no more what ifs. Like, we've spent months talking about this team, and we would have spent weeks more talking about what they might be. But now we don't have to. We see the potential. We have the benchmark. We're here. The measuring stick comes right out of the gate. And I said to you last week, they lose a close game. Okay, now we get to find out what this team, what the 2025 team is made of. With an expanded playoff and a long runway, you have a chance to find out, all your dreams aren't dashed with one bad loss back in the day. You and I debated whether an expanded playoff was a good idea or a bad idea. Everyone knows the pros and cons to both. We don't have to relive them. But the one big pro is that you can play these games early, be on the wrong side, and feel like you can use it, to your positive ability if you want to. And I'm here to tell you, I think Texas will. I'm probably going to be in the minority. I don't think Arch Manning played as bad as people say he played. I think he played a lot less than what he had been hyped to do. So I think that's an absolute fact. When you have that name, that brand, that uniform, you expect greatness all the time. The fact is, we're going to talk a lot about what Ohio State did because Ohio State nearly shut them out. And I'm sure that was semi-disappointing for them outside of, yes, you had to win the game. That's all that mattered. Texas had that ball with a few minutes left, down 7 with a chance. They did. And it was I told you before the game, I thought that we would have a fourth quarter in-doubt game. Now, when Ohio State took the lead 14-0 on Carnell Tate's amazing circus juggling catch, the way Texas was not scoring, you thought, okay, everything is very safe. But I think then Ohio State started to soften. Manning started to pick them apart. And you get the long pass to Livingstone beating Matthews on a great route. He was covered really well. And all of a sudden now you're in a game. But before we get to all the details, I just want to let you know the campus experience in that weather with that team is unmatched. It is. And I got to the parking garage maybe a hair early. I was in the garage at 6:30. It wasn't great. Left in the dark.
Really?
Here's the deal, Maddie. Would you rather be in the garage, seat reclined, closing your eyes for an hour, listening to you, or would I rather be sitting on like 315, white knuckling like I'm never gonna make it?
See,
I could not predict it.
I usually try to split the difference between the two. I understand where you're at, though. I mean, like, with that game, because we were seeing, like, Texas, the presence was here on Friday afternoon. Like, their fans were rolling in. So I can completely understand why you may have been a little panicked about that. But just the atmosphere itself, I thought coming through the TV screen delivered. Coach Day kind of called out Buckeye Nation, right, at his press conference last week. We need you. We need you guys to come out there early and often and be loud. And it looked that way with game day and big noon kickoff. The place was absolutely buzzing. And how could it not be when you had these two teams, these two brands, with just so much hype that we've talked about for months on end, and it was time to get after it. And look, you and I kind of predicted, AR, we didn't think that this game was going to be an up and down the field, a whole bunch of points on the scoreboard type of game, and that's what we got. And a lot of the unknown was rooted in the quarterbacks and what we were going to get from Arch Manning and Julian Sain, which I'm sure we'll get to. But I think a big unknown as well was, what is this Buckeye defense going to do to slow down Arch Manning, who is the Heisman favorite and in some people's mind the favorite to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft? And just, man, you got to tip your cap to Matt Patricia in that defense and what they did, because I thought that maybe this would take a little bit of time to get to this level. Like, what we saw on Saturday to me was dominance, just utter dominance from the Scarlet and Gray, the Silver Bullets on that side of the ball, and they just delivered. So standing ovation to those guys, because I think you can look at guys on every level of that defense that really made a name for themselves. And one of those guys, AR, to me, was Arvell Reese. Arvell Reese was doing a little bit of everything on Saturday, and they had him in different spots. They obviously on the second level had him acting like he was dropping out into coverage, then getting after Arch Manning, making plays, blowing up offensive linemen, and making plays in the backfield. I mean, this was kind of the offseason of, watch out for Arvell Reese. Yeah, you lost Cody Simon. You have Sonny Styles back. But this guy, they were telling us, was ready to step up. And I just thought the creativity, not only with the way Arvell Reese was used, but the way that Matt Patricia was calling his game on defense was lights out stuff. And I think that should be so encouraging, is that now you have what seems to be a very, very safe floor with this team, and knowing that this defense week in and week out should go out there on the field and play at a high level.
So he was definitely a name we brought up this offseason, for sure. There were a ton of good coverage type plays on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Ohio State wasn't blitzing. They were forcing Manning into post-snap confusion, which is what you hope they could do, show something and then change on the fly, which was great. So they didn't really need to do that. He obviously showed his wheels late. He was a very good runner, Arch Manning, and picked up a couple scrambling first downs, which kept them alive. But you're exactly right. This team played exactly the way their coach wanted them to play. Can we be the cleaner team? Yes. The penalties for Texas hurt them bad. Hands to the face on a face mask, a holding penalty on Jeremiah that keeps a drive going. So Ohio State was as clean as you could want them to be in game one. It was almost astonishing how great they were not being penalized.
Yeah, and then real quick, AR, too, how about the red zone stops? Well, the red zone stops were just so big. It kind of reminded me of that Penn State game on the road. Remember how they closed that one out? And Drew Aller and that offense are making some noise, and then you get down there where it gets tough and that field gets tight, and they didn't have many answers. They tried to go to Arch running the rock, which I totally get with his skill set, but good on that Buckeye defense for throwing up a brick wall twice when they needed it. That was huge.
So maybe the worst thing that happened to Texas was picking up 2 yards on third and goal at the 3. Because if they're removing the ball, if they get points there and make it 7-3, they feel like, okay, now we're one score away from taking the lead. They get to fourth and goal at the 1, and I'm not saying you can't go for that. You probably have to. Closed end of the shoe, 7-0. You leave a young quarterback in the shadow of his own goal line. You have to go for that. But if you watched the way Ohio State set up for that Scarlet Curtain D right at the end there, the way they imploded and took Texas's knees out, that wasn't even a tush push. They didn't even get to the tush part of the push. Like, it was done. It was blown up completely, and Arch couldn't go anywhere. So you're right. The other thing that I really noticed in this game for Ohio State, and I know there are people out there that, Sain could have done more. He could have done more. That's fine. But you guys have to go back and realize there was trust on Saturday with him. There was more trust than you think that's being talked about today. Because when you're in the shadow of your own end zone on a 3rd and 3 and you're fading back into the end zone and you have a guy draped all over you, you're calling a play action there and you're letting him throw a 20-yard ball on a comebacker to Tate that gets you a first down, that's trust.
Yes, it is.
And I'll tell you another one. Ohio State's up what were they up? They were up 14-7. And they have the ball on a 3rd and 10 with 2:30 to go in the game. That's 3rd and 10, 2:30, you're up 7. What do? They let Sayan throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a feeling that a year or two ago, whatever, they're handing that off, they're punting the ball away, and they're saying, you know what, Manning, you want to go 90, go 90. We're not going to take a chance. And guess what? They didn't get it. They didn't get the first down.
Yeah.
But the fact that they called a play to try to get it on 3rd and 10, up 7 on their side of the field is trust. People think that, oh, you let Sayan just kind of go underneath. Yeah, he threw the ball that was underthrown that Tate makes the great catch for the touchdown.
Yeah.
But he was as good as you could expect, especially in the shadow of his own goal line. There was another play where he was, I think, on his own 8, and he's surveying the field and throws a strike. I think Claire actually made up for one after the early drop, made up for one. And he had precision. So as far as like letting him throw the ball all over the place, that's not what that game was really going to be about anyway. But there were moments in that game where Ryan Day and Brian Hartline trusted Julian Sayan, and it worked out. And so I think it tells me a ton.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up because it felt the exact same way to me in AR. To add to what you highlighted throughout the game, there was a moment even earlier where the trust was there. 4th and 1 on the first drive of the game, I believe, where Max had that first drop for Max Clare on the sideline.
Pass.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, not only are they going for it, but they're putting the ball in Julian's hand right now and saying, you deliver and you keep the chains moving. And he dotted up the throw. Max just had what I think is an uncharacteristic drop there. But that was critical to see is that while, yes, you looked at some of the throws that were there for Julian, there weren't a whole bunch of, hey, we're trying to hit home runs in game number 1. Part of that to me is we may not have a full grasp of the offense just yet in respect to Texas's defense. But in some of those key critical downs and distances, they said, listen, young fella, this is your time. And it started right out of the gate. And I think that's a good job of infusing confidence in your young quarterback that we're not just going to turn around and make you hand it off on 4th and 1. We know that you can get it done. And for the most part, he did.
Yeah. I mean, they did it early in the game and got stuffed, but they were unpredictable. Their defense was unpredictable. They played literally every big play well outside of the only touchdown they gave up to Texas. And that was just a great throw and a great catch. Yeah. So other than that, you played a clean game. Turnovers were clean. Penalties were clean. Quarterback didn't make any drastic mistakes that turned into points. The crowd was good. You grinded out a 4-quarter game. Your defense had to step up late. Like, check. Like, every single one.
And you got out of it relatively healthy.
And now you have to wear the crown because the crown is coming again. You were already wearing it from winning it all.
Yeah.
And now you will be vaulted into wearing it. We'll get into kind of the big impression meter of Ohio State because it's a beauty. They come off this massive win, beating the preseason number 1 in Texas. We got Jim Lache on deck, bottom of the hour, so we are off and running. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, talks about what makes First Bank of Central Ohio different.
I would say it starts by caring. It starts by doing what you say you're going to do and following through on it. When you're talking about local, you're talking about relationships and people that matter to you. I don't care if that's personally or professionally.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
The summer event is still on at Germain Honda of Dublin, and the deals are hot. Lease the rugged 25 Honda Ridgeline Sport for just $339 a month, or finance with an unbeatable 0.99% APR. Or drive home in the new 25 Honda Prologue EX. Lease it now for only $149 a month, or 0% APR, plus no payments for 90 days. Get the deal you deserve at Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. See dealer for full details.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. And don't forget about our 29-degree drafts.
Double your Keno booster automatically every Tuesday in September between 4 and 5 p.m. with Keno Power Hour Double Booster. Play Keno with Booster between 4 and 5 any Tuesday afternoon in September, and the booster value will be double. You could boost your winnings up to 20 times all September long. Learn more at OhioLottery.com/Keno Power Hour. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
It's always a good day at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship, September 18th through 21st at the Scarlet Course. PGA Tour's rising stars compete, Hub 13 drink specials, and more. Get free tickets today at ncc-golf.com.
Morning Juice, real football talk. Just two guys who aren't afraid to say what needs to be said.
And that's how she wrote. Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Now streaming mornings on YouTube and 10 TV Plus. Attack and dominate.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
Labor Day is not just a day off work or school. It's a celebration of the American labor movement, of working people who organize, take action, and bargain to make this country run. From the assembly line to the classroom, working people built this nation, and our solidarity is how we protect what we've built and win what we still deserve.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We welcome in September, still feeling like summer. For Labor Day, temperatures in the low 80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, very refreshing overnight with our lows in the mid-50s. We'll get into Tuesday with plenty of sunshine and dry conditions again, and afternoon highs in the low 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Maddie's favorite show is Big Brother. Don't read into it. He's only watching strangers through hidden cameras. You're listening to Rothman and Creepy Stalker Guy.
The atmosphere and the energy. It was awesome to be in the shoe today. So much energy. You know, the defense played really well. Offensive line played well. Running backs ran hard. Receivers caught the ball well. So I think it was just an overall good team effort, and it was so much fun just being in the shoe.
Julian saying, growing up right before our eyes, that's a big deal. He looked calm. He looked composed. Didn't make any drastic mistakes. He didn't, even when guys were all over him, he threw the ball accurately. I mean, let's think about this. Max Clare drops a ball into those Velcro gloves on a 4th down, and Jeremiah Smith was taking his eyes off the ball early in that game, and this is not Grambling. This is Texas.
Right.
Like those mistakes were not predictable with those guys. It was the quarterback that you thought you'd have to almost win a little bit in spite sometimes, and you didn't. I pointed out that one play where Sane was 3rd and 3 on his own 8, and he throws a calm strike, and I think it was to Claire.
It was.
He just kind of came back to him. And listen, that wasn't a It's not a 40-yard throw. What I'm talking about, but that is a strike on a 3rd and 3 on his own 8-yard line. Like, that stuff has to happen.
Yeah.
And it was calm. It was a fastball, and it was right there.
You know what else I liked about that play specifically, AR, is where Max Clare was lined up, which I thought was really interesting and cool to see that they had Jeremiah and Max kind of bunched up together with Max on the outside of Jeremiah. So we've heard so much about Max Clare's route running ability and his versatility within the offense. Now they're showing us that, hey, this isn't a tight end that can just or has to line up in the traditional tight end spot. We have confidence that we can move him around. And so while, yes, he had that drop, and I don't think we'll see much of that all year because I think Max Clare is a dude and will be a dude for this team. Now you're talking about having your best playmaker lined up to what I think will be your 2B, 2A, whatever it is, after Carnell gets his within this offense this year. And now defenses have to worry about him moving around within the offense. So I thought that was really cool. And I like it they went back to Max, right? You had that drop early on, but in a critical moment, we're going to line you up next to Jeremiah, and we still believe in you, and he delivered.
I think it was the next series.
Yeah.
Or it was very close to it. And so the confidence they had in him is going to be fine. You know, he felt like, you know what, after on that 4th and 1, that going into the sideline, because he's going to drag a toe. He's going to get a foot in. If you've ever put on those gloves, you realize that usually you don't even have to do much other than have the leather hit the gloves. And it was pretty amazing. But I'm happy that he came back and caught that ball.
Can I say something real quick about another tight end?
Yeah.
Because you highlighted the Cardell Tate touchdown grab, which was awesome. And I was curious to see who was going to make the play this year in this game against Texas, which we figured would have a tough defense. And they did. And last year it was Travion Henderson with the big play before halftime. And then obviously Jack brings it home with the scoop and score. But Cardell Tate, to me, had that moment in this year's version of Texas and Ohio State. But on that touchdown grab, go watch Will Kaczmarek and what he was doing. Because you talk about trust in a critical moment. He was lined up one-on-one with Colin Simmons, who we know is special with his talent. And he did just enough to give Julian time to deliver that touchdown to Carnell Tate. The ball was a hair underthrown, but look, when you have Carnell Tate and Jeremiah, these guys, you give them a 50-50 ball, you see that they can win. But Will Kaczmarek, I thought, did some really good blocking on Colin Simmons in a one-on-one situation to allow Julian to get it to Carnell.
So it reminds me a little bit of the touchdown run by C.J. Donaldson, who, by the way, seemed to be a little more of the guy. First of all, C.J. got the first carry. Yep. Everyone thought Peoples was going to start this game and be the guy. And I do feel like we're probably in a committee. Yeah. You know, we did not get to see the young Bo Jackson. And in a game like this, you had a couple of guys that were doing well, especially C.J. But I'm glad pointing out unsung guys and guys that don't make the highlight reel is pretty cool, especially when you're talking Buckeye football. And when they line up for that, what was it, a 4th and goal at the 1?
That sounds right, AR.
Yeah, it was a 4th down, right? Yeah. So Nate Roberts, who's 6'5", 240, and Bennett Christian, another 10 who's 6'6", 250, are the ones that got him in the end zone. He didn't have to run over a guy. And it's those guys that they'll only be talked about briefly. And I'm glad I'm doing it now because I think they deserve it. Mm-hmm. Nate Roberts and Bennett Christian got that 4th and 1. There's no tomorrow on that. Texas takes over. You don't get in. And look what happened on the other end when they stopped them. That's a tie game if Arch Manning sneaks that in. But it was one of those things when Ohio State lined up for the goal line stand, you would think a guy like Sark, who had the nightmare of last year of having a chance to tie the game against Ohio State, gets 2nd down and goal at the 2. And again, outthinks, he probably thought, well, what could be outthinking yourself if you're trying to sneak the ball? Yeah. But, and I'll have to text Carp and say, if you can't get a yard, you don't deserve to win the game.
Somebody said that.
When you got 11 dudes lined up.
I heard that watching so much as football, it all kind of blended together. But some analysts did say that call in the game, hey, you can't pick up a yard you don't deserve to win.
Do you know how hard it is to get a yard when 11 guys are lined up on the line of scrimmage?
And I heard you saying that in my brain when I heard the broadcaster saying that.
And he could have somehow called a play action there or something. He could have done something different there, but he didn't, and he didn't get in and he paid for it. But yeah, it's one of those things that when you watch this game, and now Ryan Day, who pulls off another game against a top 5 team, and the impression of this team, you and I tried to predict this. We defined success on Friday. Here I thought I was being conservative by saying beat Michigan and get to the Final Four. And then you really never know who you're playing in the semifinal. We talked about not what's going to happen. We talked about what you could live with, what would define success for this team. And I'll tell you what, I'm leaving it right there. And if anything, I might inch it a hair more. Like maybe this team, I already knew this team had the talent. The question marks were real. Young quarterback, replacing a backfield. Can the offensive line, the new pieces come together? And, man, what we saw in game 1, and I'm not overreacting. I'm just giving them their situational due after that game. This team has the talent. They have the coaching. They have the want to. Now, how do they handle success of an early big win? That will be a question this week to Ryan Day, I'm sure. They got to come down to earth, playing a couple teams they feel they should walk over until this thing ramps up again. So it's going to be about, and they're going to get the current crown. They're going to steal it from Texas. They were always a target. But in this game, it felt like it was even, and everyone was saying, well, maybe the home field advantage puts it over the top, which is where I was on this game. Rarely would this was close. I mean, you could have picked Texas and convinced me that they were going to win. You pick Ohio State because of the home field and going up against a guy that has the weight of the world on his shoulders, and Arch Manning. But this is where they are, and now this team becomes the team again, right away, out of the gate.
For me, I'm going to keep my definition of success for them in the same spot.
You're not moving it off, just making the playoff?
I'm going to keep it there. Beat Michigan, get to the postseason. Because it's rooted in a year 1 quarterback for me. My mind always comes back to that and his growth and how quickly that happens. And I just don't know yet. But, man, I think what that defense can do for Julian can go a long way. Like a lot of the offseason, for me, I was thinking about how the run game can directly affect him. And obviously that's still in play and can bring some comfort to a young quarterback. And you saw Julian do some things under center and in the shotgun. So there's some versatility there, I think, within that offense with the different looks you can give a defense. But when your defense does the things that they did on Saturday, holding Texas to, what was it? They are 1 of 5 on 4th down, 1 of 4 on 4th.
No, it was 1 of 5.
1 of 5 on 4th down. That really, I think, brings some comfort, not only to Julian, but the whole team, and knowing that we have a defense that is going to get people off the field more times than not. So just a real well-rounded outing for the Scarlet and Gray on offense, and I don't think this is the best that we've seen from them yet, especially on offense.
So I actually like your point about the running game. It had pockets of goodness, especially on the 4th and 1 where they powered through and scored. Is it something that if things aren't perfect, if weather isn't perfect, and you have a defense that decides to try to do whatever they can to take away the pass, will they be able to rely on it? And the guy to ask is coming up in 2 minutes, our friend Jim Lache, the former All-American, Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My toilet's clogged, backed up too. The sink is running slow. Water's backed up everywhere. Oh, please don't overflow.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes Hyundai of Dublin. Save on new Santa Fe and Palisades with 0% APR and make no payment for 90 days.
Hyundai of
Customers will qualify. Interest accrues during no payment period.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Did you know right now, the time we are in, that is the best time of year to buy new windows? Yeah, whether you have old drafty windows or the cheap ones that came with your house, September is the perfect month to protect your home against cold, snowy weather. And let's be honest, it's going to get hot later next year anyway, so you want it for then too. Year-round savings with energy-efficient windows from Window Nation, that's one of the best offers they have. But now this month, they have an even better offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, you won't pay any interest, monthly payments, or down payment for 2 years. And if you're a Buckeye fan, you've got another reason to buy, because Window Nation will give you 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you purchase a whole home full of windows. Trusted company, a reasonable price. Go Bucks. It's all there. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No interest, no payments until 2027. WindowNation.com or 866-90-NATION to get your free quote today. That's 866-90-NATION or WindowNation.com. Go Bucks.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Now you can watch Rothman and Ice.
Go to YouTube and search 97.1 The Fan.
Rothman is wearing the pancake makeup, so you might as well watch. Back to Rothman and Ice.
All right, first big one is in the books. Ohio State on the right side of it. Massive game, massive crowd, great weather. What a way to start a new season in going perhaps back-to-back. And here we are with our friend Jim Lache, the former All-American, who has maybe not the best seat in the house, but it's a pretty damn good one. And he's with us now. Jimmy, thanks for making the time on the holiday, my friend.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I do have a great seat right there in the 50 next to Paul and Skip and all the boys up in the box.
All right, give me your sense. You've been at several big games lately, especially during the playoff run. How did this compare atmosphere-wise, intensity-wise, crowd-wise, noise? What did you feel?
Well, just, the pregame. I mean, I walked over to see you guys for the pregame show over there in front of St. John Arena, and it took me 20 minutes to get there and about 20 minutes to get back. I mean, just, Woody Hayes Drive closed up, wall-to-wall people, just all the excitement. And certainly, game day being there for Lee Corso's last game, it was going to be packed, but just to see all the people and the people that were there early, like you mentioned, I pulled in the parking lot, a little after 8:30 and just tons of people around and, even the atmosphere the night before. I went out for an early morning walk on Saturday and saw a bunch of people wearing Ohio State, a few Texas fans over here in Grandview too, which I'm like, wow, that's crazy that they're all the way here walking through the community. But just everything about it. And then, you had a beautiful day. You had 2 great opponents, and you knew it was going to be a playoff-type atmosphere. And, Ohio State has been pretty good when you think about the top-ranked teams that they've gone through the last, 5-6 games. It's been incredible that they've been able to come out on top. But just a great atmosphere. The fans were loud. I thought, what Ohio State did in changing up some of the things inside the stadium, was positive, with headphones on and, concentrated on talking a lot. I didn't really get to take it all in, but you could just hear the noise and, there was no on the field, where they're honoring people in between timeouts and quarters. It was kind of all in the north end zone. And, I thought it was a fabulous atmosphere. And then you had a great game after that, and especially great when Ohio State finds a way to win.
No doubt. And that was, the mission from Coach Day to Julian saying, I'm sure everybody else is, so let's just win this game and move forward and look ahead to Grambling. Let's talk about Julian saying, Jim, and your thoughts on his performance, his debut as the QB1 for Ohio State. The numbers weren't the sexiest, but that's okay. In my opinion, Jim, he got the job done. But just the game plan, how you saw the offense flowing under Julian Sayan's watch.
I think I even commented during the course of the game, I thought with Brian Hartline calling plays a former wide receiver, we'd see more passing type plays. But, I think he called a great game. He decided to lean on the run, keep things in front of us, no big turnovers. Julian seemed to have poise. I thought he moved around the pocket. Buying that extra time to hit Carnell Tate for a key first down was huge. You don't see many veteran quarterbacks have that ability to do that, much less a first-year starter coming out there and making plays. And I thought, he put us in position a couple of times to make plays. And then the touchdown pass he had to Carnell, a little bit underthrown, but still, trusting your guys, put it on the money. He knew where he was going to go and was able to deliver it. And Carnell coming up with a couple key catches. And we talk so much about Jeremiah, but, Carnell was targeted twice, came up with 2 catches for 49 yards and that key TD. So he's been impressive and will be impressive throughout the course of the year. But Julian was solid, and give the offensive line credit. No sacks, no TFLs. I still think we got to work out some issues there with our left guard position. Whether Tegra or Ethan, getting some playing time too in that ball game. I think we need to solidify that as the year goes on. But for the first game, I thought it was outstanding.
Jim, what about the running game? CJ kind of gets them off and running. I know James Peoples got some run in that game, but they gave it to CJ at the goal line. He's kind of a hammer, got some great blocking from Roberts and Ben Christian. But relying on this running game, I know it's only one game, 2.3 yards per rush, 77 total. Just give me your take on the rushing game and where you see this going.
Well, Texas has a good defense, and we talked about, they got an outstanding linebacker too, and Anthony Hill, and it's got to get cleaned up a little bit. We got to open up some bigger holes. Got to get to that second level where our backs can make plays. But C.J. Donaldson, I thought that watching practice that he was going to get a lot of playing time. I didn't know if he was going to start or not. He got the start. He got 19 attempts. Again, really no negative plays there. He was able to run the ball very effectively. And especially, when you need to get it on 4th and 1. 14 personnel. We got Nate Roberts in there at fullback, the old I formation. And, he pounds it in the end zone behind his left guard. So that was a big-time play. That's what you got to do. You got to find a ways to score in that situation. Look at Texas. That's 2 games in a row now against Ohio State that they've had troubles, in the red zone when you get, ball down there inside the 5-yard line and you can't find a way to get it in the end zone. That's the difference in the ball game. So Ohio State was able to take advantage of those opportunities. Texas wasn't. But, yeah, things to work on, and, that's probably a key this week is, to get that running game cranked up a little bit. I'm sure we'll still have the ability to throw, but you want to have that running game because you can always count on that no matter what the weather is.
Let's flip it over to defense and lock in on the secondary, Jim, because to just my amateur eye on the couch, it seemed to me like there was some sticky coverage going on back there. We know how great Caleb Downs is, how versatile he can be within the defense. But, man, like Jermaine Matthews, IGB, these guys look like they were balling out there, Jim. What did you see?
No, they certainly were. Jaden McClain also, I thought, was very effective. Getting 8 tackles in that ball game, was all over the field. Caleb is kind of the general back there. I mean, it's fun to watch him operate and play, getting guys lined up. When Devin Chances came in and, they had a little bit of confusion and, you're thinking, okay, before the snap, this is not good. We got 2 guys not quite getting it figured out, but he got him in position. And then a key 4th down, tackle. I mean, give credit to Arch Manning for having ability to get the ball off when, C.J. Hicks comes unblocked off the right side and, putting pressure on him, and he throws it up there, and, Caleb makes that tackle to secure the victory. And, all those guys. But how about Matt Patricia, too? I mean, he called an excellent game, a lot of disguise, was able to, line those guys up. And, I mean, a lot of times you saw 1 or 2 guys with their hand down in the dirt and then, a bunch of ghosts, kind of roaming around at different spots. You didn't know where it was going to come. It was able to cause some confusion, not only for the Texas offense, but for the quarterback, Arch Manning, where they didn't know what coverage we were going to be in. When you got 3 DBs kind of all lined up, on 1 yard line, 15 yards off the ball, what are they going to do here? And you could see that it caused them, some problems, and they were just all over. IGB making plays, getting it done. Jermaine Matthews coming up with a key interception, got his hand on another ball that Sonny Styles, looked like it was going to be an interception until they went to under review and that got upheld, which is kind of crazy because it looked like that's the same thing that happened to Livingston when he had that touchdown. It looked like that hit the ball. That ball hit the ground a little bit too, but. The call went their way on that one. But, for Ohio State, a game, season opener, that's 26 straight season opening wins. I mean, can you believe that? That's taking care of business and against the number 1 team in the country with a first-year starter. I think that's only been done one other time. And you got to go back to when Jim Harbaugh was playing when, when he got the victory against the number 1 team in the country. So when you throw that all in, it's just a great team win. And obviously you can feel the excitement that Coach had after the game, that the staff had. the players, the fans. I mean, the only thing that didn't happen was storming the field, which generally you see on the road. If somebody knocks off Ohio State, they storm the field. But everything else was there. But, Arvell Reese, what can you say about him? Getting his first opportunity to play extended time. I mean, he's going to be fun to watch throughout the course of the year. And, just his ability to make tackles in the open field, to put pressure on the quarterback, to toss around 315-pound offensive linemen like they weren't even there. Step for step with backs. I mean, he's a real deal. So a lot of fun for everybody to watch that. And just a clean game. Coach talked about it all week. No penalties. Well, we did have a couple penalties, but no turnovers in that ball game. And as you mentioned, we had earlier, we had the holding in the end zone, but you got, they had 2 fouls on that with the face mask coming off, so they got a do-over, so to speak. They got another opportunity there, but just overall, ball control, 32 minutes of the game. I thought Caden McDonald, coming in there with 8 tackles, losing guys like Tyleek Williams and Ty Hamilton inside last year. You thought, okay, defensive tackle, who's going to have to step up? And he did. Will Smith got some plays. And, you mentioned Will Kazmarek, earlier about that block. And he did that little twirl. And believe me, I've been there. I've done that twirl before sometimes when a guy rolls you around. But, just having the ability to keep fighting. And, his technique wasn't perfect, but he still kept fighting. And that's what you got to do in situations like that. Allow Jalen enough time to throw the ball down the field to Carnell Tate and get that big TD. But everybody was able to contribute in the ball game. And yet there's still some things, and they watch it on film, that they can even get better at. And, that's got to be scary for the rest of the Big Ten and the nation.
Well done, my man. 107,524. And you were there as well. 12th largest crowd in Ohio Stadium history. And the streak against the SEC in Columbus continues. They are now 0-5 up here in C-Bus, my man. Good to have you on the program as always. We'll talk this week.
Sounds great, guys.
Thanks. Jim Lache, former All-American Super Bowl champ, right here on The Fan. We will come back with Party Like a Rothstar, Rothman Ice on The Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
It's the Ford Labor Day lease event at Valley. All brand new 2025s. Mustang, EcoBoost, and Mach-E. Escape Active, Bronco Sport. Your pick, just $399 a month. F-150 STX, Explorer Active, Bronco Big Bend, and Mustang GT. Now, only $499 a month. Every Valley lease is for 36 months with 0 down and a 2-year premium maintenance plan included. Hurry, these deals end Monday at Valley Ford of Columbus in Hilliard. Open Labor Day 11 till 4.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the Fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks. Contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
If you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets, we have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped, had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football, and things had kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he was like, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple months later, I was, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Let's all gather into the Kiki. It's time to party like a Rothstar.
Oh, so much. We talked about this dude on Friday. So I'm going to go with Tommy Castellanos, Florida State quarterback. Called out Bama, then balls out. Like, that's pretty big. This is the 5th unranked ACC team to beat an AP top 10 SEC team. The first since Clemson beat Tennessee over 20 years ago. But it's more about Tommy C. Transferred FSU, couple seasons at Boston College. He had a year at Central Florida. And the big one is that he dropped the they don't have Nick Saban to save them and then backs it up. Now, it's not like he had a statistically like a Hall of Fame game, but he had almost 80 rushing yards, did have a rushing touchdown as they hammered Bama. And here's the funny part. So he's got his own website, and now he's selling merch that has the phrase "Nick can't save them" on it.
I love it.
So, Tommy C., enjoy your time.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
sure that you will get humbled at some point this year, but live it up. You hammered Bama, you called him out, and you came through. So he's partying like a Rothstar for sure.
I love that, man. I really did, because I was going to throw him in here, AR, just because I put him on the pressure list on Friday. When you respond the way that he responded, one of us had to have him in party, so I'm glad that you did. First candidate for me is a name that I think we all need to try and nail. The way that we had DJ Uyunglele, Tua Tagovailoa,
or as some people called him, Tua Tagovailoa,
Nick,
like he was a musical instrument.
Nico Iamaleava, which, by the way, that looked a little rough in that debut. But here's a name now, and I'm not sure I really have a full grasp on this name, but I think we all need to try and understand it.
I'm ready.
Because Cal's quarterback, woo-wee, there's something going on out there. I'm going to go with Jaron Kowe Saga Polutele, I believe is his name. And again,
one more time,
forgive me for that, because I don't know if I'm saying it right. We're going to go with
you just
Jaron.
went on seeing the letters.
That's what I'm going
guessing
with.
what it must be.
What do you think it is? Because I don't know how to say it just yet. But this is a guy that was a 5-star recruit. And remember, Devin Brown transferred to Cal because he thought he was going to win the job. That did not happen. A true freshman that I'm going to just go with JKS right now. 20 of 30, 234, 3 touchdowns, and on the ground had 2 carries for 30 yards as well. This dude's a lefty, and he was dropping dimes against Oregon State. So, just a name to remember.
A name to remember, not to pronounce.
We're going JKS
so it's
right now.
Jaron Keave.
Is that what
Jaron
it is?
Keave Sagabutu Tele.
There you go. Whatever AR just said. Remember that name.
Sagapatulate.
Cal starting quarterback.
Can't do it. Forget it.
True freshman. I'm just going JKS right now until I get a better grasp of it. I think this dude's for real.
One more attempt, though.
Jaron Keave Sagapulutele.
I don't think either of you pronounce either of the 3 parts the same way.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
I heard Kawhi in there somewhere.
He's JKS to me right now, and he was
Kawhi Leonard.
The true freshman lefty quarterback for Cal was partying like a rockstar. Get to know him.
Well, that's nice. All right, so you got to give it to him this week. He had a 5-game losing streak in season openers, and this was not one where he was supposed to snap it. He wasn't. This was tied for the longest streak in program history at LSU. And Brian Kelly goes into Clemson and in their own backyard in the second half blanks them. Garrett Nussmeier, I thought, looked awesome in the second half. Sidearm, slant throws, scrambling, dropped it in the bucket on the pylon. Probably the best throw of the weekend that got brutally overturned. Did you guys see that?
Oh, my goodness.
Brutally overturned, so say the Zebras, even though the ball did move an inch at the end and maybe the nose did hit the turf, but it looked like he had it pretty good.
Yeah.
But Brian Kelly went to LSU presumably because Notre Dame, he felt, had a ceiling. And he got more boosters. He got a lot more. He got better recruiting. He got less academic standards. He got a chance to win a title there. He felt like it. I mean, Saban did it in year 3 or 4. Les Miles did it. Orgeron did it. And now all of a sudden, by year 4, they thought he would deliver the goods, and they went 9-4, and it feels like he was just going to wear out his welcome real early this year, and all he does is go in there and win that game in comeback fashion. Did not look good early, so I'm riding a theme here of enjoy it while you can. Brian Kelly, party like a rockstar, snapped the streak.
I think if we did a quarterback wide receiver draft in college football prior to the season kicking off, this duo would have been, I think, selected within the top 5. And that is Arizona State's Sam Leavitt and Jordan Tyson. Arizona State knocks off Northern Arizona this weekend. Final score of that one, 38-19. But Sam Leavitt through the air, 25 of 39, 257 and 2. Then on the ground, he said, I got 7 carries, 73 yards, and 2 more touchdowns to go with my passing output as well. But Jordan Tyson on the other side of those passing statistics, 12 receptions, $141, and 2 touchdowns. These guys were really good last year. They built that chemistry throughout the offseason, and they hit the ground running in game number 1. So Sam Leavitt, Jordan Tyson for Arizona State. Some dudes, man. Those guys were partying like a rockstar right out of the gate.
There was a pretty good Spanish call of Joey Aguilar's 73-yard touchdown pass in that game with Tennessee beating Syracuse. And I'm going to go with him because what he had to do following Nico, 250 and 3 touchdowns, no picks. I know it was Syracuse and they had to hold him off, but he had a very good game. And the 73-yarder to Braylon Staley in the second quarter was pretty strong. And threw 2 more. He was prepared. He was calm. He was cool. And he knew he had to live up to the moment. They're on the fringe of being a top 25 team, and they had to hold him off. But I'm going to give it to Joey Aguilar because he had to follow up and make everybody realize that Nico was not going to be the savior for them and that everything just wasn't going to go down the crapper. And so Joey Aguilar, 3 touchdowns as Tennessee beats Syracuse in the opener.
I'm going to zoom out from college football for my last one and lock in on a guy that plays in the AFC North. I'm going with Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren, it was announced this morning, he got himself a 2-year extension. He's a fun player to watch. I enjoy Jaylen Warren when he's not playing my Ravens. He's got a spark to him, man. This guy averages right around 5 yards per carry. He averages 7 yards per catch. So he is a dual threat running back. And I like his story, man. This guy went from Snow College to Utah State to Oklahoma State, and now here he is in the NFL, and he's an impactful player. Got that extension. That deal includes $12 million guaranteed, and I think now when you look at where that offense is in Pittsburgh, especially with Aaron Rodgers there and OG that, likes to dump it down every once in a while, I'm expecting some good things from Jaylen Warren. Pretty good career so far. Steelers think the same way. They paid him, and now he's got to deliver. But Jaylen Warren, I think, is partying like a rockstar with a new deal today for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And that is why you do not draft running backs first round. Najee Harris.
Oh, I thought you were talking fantasy, because I'm definitely drafting one first round in fantasy.
You have no choice but to draft.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
I encourage you to, actually, because a lot of committees out there.
All right, that's Party Like a Rockstar for this week. All right, Sports Center update here, top of the hour, and we come back. Is a big money coach already on the pseudo hot seat? We'll talk about it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Columbus, the Blue Jackets schedule is out. And you can lock in your seats with ticket plans starting at just 11 games. Don't miss a moment of the action. Visit BlueJackets.com.
Listen up. ESPN Unlimited is now included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Spectrum gives you everything from ESPN, live games, original series, top analysis, and more. Spectrum is really stepping up with this offer, and you get more of me, Stephen A. Smith. Get your act together and go to spectrum.com/entertainment for details. ESPN Unlimited and more popular streaming apps are included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV. Restrictions apply.
What's better than cheering the Buckeyes on to victory? Wearing our exclusive collection of OSU jewelry as you watch. Hi, this is Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. We're an officially licensed jeweler of The Ohio State University, and we've created beautiful Buckeye jewelry that will last a lifetime. From Blocko earrings to Diamond Script Ohio necklaces, we've got luxury Buckeye gifts starting at $99. No matter where you're watching, show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers, and you want to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Week number 1, it all starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers, this one's for you. You bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets. Poof, instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Gotta love that quad box, right? Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THEFAN971. That's code THEFAN971 to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first first bet of $5 or more, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
Hey, Columbus, it's T-Bone for Window Nation. Now is the best time of year to buy new windows. Whether you have old, drafty windows or maybe just the cheap builder's grade ones your house came with, September is the perfect month to protect your home against another cold, snowy winter. And right now, Window Nation is offering their most popular offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, you won't pay any interest, monthly payments, or down payment for 2 years. You heard that right. Window Nation gives you the option to pay nothing until 2027. Are you a Buckeye fan? Well, when you replace all the windows in your home, Window Nation will also give you 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game. With Window Nation, you get top quality windows from a trusted company, and it's all at a reasonable price because they know replacing windows is an investment, and they want to make it affordable for you. Don't miss Window Nation's most popular offer. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. And remember, you'll pay nothing for 2 years. Hurry, Columbus, this sale won't last forever. 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com to get your free quote.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg with your fan sports update. The Bill Belichick era begins tonight in Chapel Hill as his North Carolina Tar Heels host TCU at 8. Hear that on the Fan after the Buckeye Show. Baseball today, Cincinnati Reds host the Toronto Blue Jays at 1:10. Hunter Green starts for the Reds, who are 69-68, 4 games back of the third NL wildcard spot. The 68-67 Cleveland Guardians play the Boston Red Sox at 1:35 from Fenway Park. Parker Messick starts for the Guards, one of 3 Cleveland pitchers all time to allow 1 or fewer runs and total 6+ strikeouts in his first 2 career starts, joining Aaron Savali and Louis Tiant. This update is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The best thing about watching football this weekend, talking football on Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Miss a minute of Rothman and Ice? Check out the podcast.
Type in Rothman and Ice wherever you get your podcasts. Download and subscribe.
Back to Rothman and Ice.
All right, second hour of the program, Rothman and Ice. Glad to be with you on a Reaction Monday. Ohio State answers the hype. Lights weren't too bright in game 1. Grinded one out. Played all the big plays well, most of them. Every big moment, they stood up to Texas. We've got a couple that went the other way, especially with Bama. Bama was preseason 8, and they lose to Florida State. Not only do they lose, I guess theoretically they get whacked. 31-17.
Yeah, it felt to me like they were kind of getting bullied a little bit throughout the game. Like you see Gus Malzahn on the sideline for Florida State, former head coach, now their offensive coordinator, and they just kept going to the run game, whether it was quarterback run or getting the running backs or wide receivers involved. They felt comfortable enough to go blow for blow physically with Alabama. And that's rare to see unless you're a program like a Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson, where the talent is kind of even down in the trenches. To watch Alabama get moved around the way that they did on the defensive side of the ball was like, ooh. Like I still think Kalen DeBoer, as an offensive mind, can figure it out now that he has Ryan Grubb back on as his offensive coordinator. But man, AR, that that defensive unit, they got punked a little bit by Florida State on Saturday.
It's one of those teams that feels to me like the cocky attitude just got them. And they were 2-touchdown favorite, and it probably didn't have the focus that they needed. And they're still trying to find some sort of post-Nick Saban culture to lean into. Where's the standard? Like, if they're already talking about a buyout of your head coach, things are going really bad. Like, already. And here's the insane part. All right. The guy signed an 8-year deal. Like $90 million. The buyout is just shy of $70 million. If he was fired after this season, it would, as I say, only drop to 60. So
that's not realistic, right? Like that's not realistic to me. Things will get really, really loud in a bad way if they drop that game at home to Fick in Wisconsin here in a couple weeks. Like, losing to Florida State is embarrassing because Florida State wasn't good last year, and you're Alabama, and the standard is the standard when you're a program like that, and they were clearly under that. But at the end of the day, man, like, it's just the way that they lost was embarrassing.
So that I'm so glad that you said that word, because I put Luke Fickell in like the pressure cooker before the season. And Wisconsin is one of those teams that should not beat Alabama. They not this year. They shouldn't. Especially on the road. Like, it shouldn't happen. People say that Luke Fickell could be fired, and that's probably accurate. But I think when I look at their schedule, they already know what they're facing.
Wisconsin?
Yeah, they already know what they're facing.
Tough.
It's not going to surprise. So the fact that Wisconsin has to go to Bama, play Ohio State, go to Michigan, go to Oregon, go to Indiana, play Illinois, like, you already know where you're in for.
Like, what do you expect?
Like if he actually goes 7-5, that'll be overachieving. If he has another sub 500 season, which it looks like he may, the only thing he has to avoid is the embarrassment. You can't lose 63-3. You can't have those.
Right.
Because you know who's waiting in the wings, what everyone is saying in Madison right now? Where's Pat Fitzgerald?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he gets fired, there'll be enough time from the hazing at Northwestern to resurrect Pat Fitzgerald and say, okay, we got a new guy. Mm-hmm. So I'm with you on DeBoer. He's not going anywhere. Now I have to remind myself that A&M forked over almost $80 million to Jimbo to say bye-bye. So it's not like this has never happened, right, where they've paid tens of millions of dollars. And not only are you paying tens of millions of dollars to send a guy away, then you got to find the big money replacement guy. Correct. Unless you're going with the interim assistant coach who may catch fire, may catch lightning in a bottle, and then you feel like, oh, is he the guy, or did he just garner that just instant, hey, we got our coach fired, let's bow up now and win some games? So you never know. But I can't imagine, like, they went through this already. Like, if he had a horrible season, you got rid of him, who's replacing him?
Right. Like, the immediate replacement, I don't see that right now. I do think that Kalen DeBoer will be able to finish this season at the very least, like, before that stuff becomes real at all. But we talked about the Wisconsin game on deck in a couple weeks for them. After that, and I believe they have a bye week in between that, but they'll have Georgia on the road.
On the road.
Then there's a stretch later in the year, in mid-October all the way down, to where it's for right now at least, 4 ranked opponents in a row with Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, and Oklahoma. And so, look, sports radio down in Tuscaloosa this morning, I'm sure, was absolutely hot and spicy, and the takes were flying all over the place because they're not used to this. They're not used to losing as many games as they lost last year, but then turning the page and losing to a program that Vegas was telling you that you're the favorite. But more importantly, we've seen where Florida State has been. That should have been a game that Alabama comes away with, but now they have a real uphill climb, in my opinion, to make a playoff appearance this year in year number 2 under Kalen DeBoer.
Matty, they had a running back that ran for almost 150 and a quarterback that threw for more than 250 and didn't have a pick, and they lost by 2 touchdowns. Like, that's it's weird. If this defense, sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is kind of, humbled may be a strong word, but getting a wake-up call. His Fighting Irish got it last year from Northern Illinois, and it worked for him. But this schedule is different.
Correct.
And he's got to do a couple things this year. If he's not going to make the playoff, he's got to beat Georgia or he's got to beat LSU. He's got to win one of those big rivalry games.
And definitely Auburn.
He's
definitely
Auburn. And listen, Auburn.
Who they have at quarterback that was getting busy this week in a transfer
against Baylor?
Looked pretty good. Why can I not remember his name?
For which team?
For Auburn.
It was
Arnold.
Jackson Arnold, transferred in from Oklahoma,
That's right.
correct?
It was Jackson Arnold.
He looked all right.
137 rushing yards?
He looked pretty good.
So now, if this goes way south, they lose everything, then I think anything's on the table. You're Bama.
Right.
I mean, you're Bama. You would never want to pay a guy $60 million to go away and then find the new coach that you have to pay $10 million plus to.
The fans won't care if you get it right on track. The decision makers, that obviously is a heavier decision to make, but the fans themselves, I'm sure, how can you be happy right now? Because
they got to have the talent.
Well, is it a lack of talent thing? I guess we'll find out. To me, it felt that way just a little bit. Like they talent for talent against Florida State, that they weren't seeing eye to eye with them.
It could be the combo.
Correct.
Coaching with the talent that they got humbled. People are calling them soft, got bullied, weren't in the right places.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a classic overlook, go in, 2-touchdown favorite. We're going to pound them. This guy's been calling us out. And it was less paid to attention in detail than they needed.
And maybe, too, what we will see is that, this maybe takes a little longer to build things out at a dominant level, right? Like if you're Kalen DeBoer, the first year you got there, a whole bunch of guys hit the portal. Julian Sane, Caleb Towns, Seth McLaughlin. And so you lose a lot of right now talent. You try to replace that in one off season, and maybe that isn't very realistic to think that Bama this season is going to be a true contender. Maybe we are looking at 26 and 27 if he gets the time to build that thing out. Maybe that's realistic, but at the end of the day, Bama fans aren't trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear that because you were paid to continue this real positive wave that Alabama has created under Nick Saban's watch, the same way Ryan Day was when Urban Meyer handed over the keys to Ryan just to say, look, man, like, while yes, you may not be the sexiest candidate for a lot of people, the standard is the standard. Ryan Day has answered that call. We'll see if Kalen DeBoer can do the same thing.
This is massive. They can't do anything about it. They have to ride this out.
Oh yeah.
First of all, you're not going to admit that you picked the wrong guy this soon.
Yeah.
Maybe after the season, if it's just disaster.
If things go south, things could go south.
Yeah, that's very true. But he is signed through 2031. And if Alabama terminates his deal, $77 million without cause, he's going to get 90% of that in monthly installments.
Oof. It's good living, man.
Like that's
it's good living.
You almost don't want to fire him out of spite. Like, no, you're going to sit here and work. You're going to take the heat.
You're going to watch tape at midnight.
Yeah,
I don't think they're firing him this year, AR.
No. The fans did. The fans already have.
They probably are. Yeah, they probably are.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing that's going to be huge tonight, the big appeal of going back to coach and college football. Bill Belichick, is he ready? We'll tell you next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Keep your summer fun going at Toyota's National Sales Event. Now through September 2nd, get 1.99 APR financing on a powerful new 25 Tundra or $3,000 customer cash. Excludes TRD Pro. Or you can lease a new well-equipped 25 Tundra SR Crew Max for just $419 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
USDA Choice Bone and Ribeye Steaks are $9.99 a pound in the value pack with your digital coupon. Limit 5. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Earn 2% cash back on purchases and pay 0% APR on balance transfers for 15 months with a new Kemba Financial Credit Union Visa. That's more rewards and less interest. Apply at Kemba.org. For purchases and balance transfers made in the first 90 days, restrictions apply. APR equals annual percentage rate. Variable and subject to change. Equal opportunity lender. Expires 10/31/25.
Script Ohio necklaces, Blocko earrings, Ohio State bangles, and more. You'll find an exclusive collection of luxury Buckeye jewelry you'll love at the Diamond Cellar, starting at $99. Show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We welcome in September, still feeling like summer. For Labor Day, temperatures in the low 80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, very refreshing overnight with our lows in the mid-50s. We'll get into Tuesday with plenty of sunshine and dry conditions again, and afternoon highs in the low 80s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Always as tender as a well-done steak. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, guys, hopefully you're enjoying the holiday. If you don't have the energy to get out there in the sun and good weather, maybe you got low testosterone, and it's very possible. Talked about Synergenics and Low T Center. They've been changing lives of men across the country for more than a decade. And it's not just talk, and you hear a lot of that. But, in fact, one of my buddies got started a few weeks ago. He's already feeling the changes. And that's what it does for a lot of guys. It can completely change every aspect of your life. And if you've been thinking about it, or if you've noticed that, you're just more tired, not motivated to do anything, it's not just aging or getting older. It's a physical and mental change to your body. Testosterone can actually help. And real patients tell them every day they get their energy back and they're doing more than ever at work. And everyone's feeling good about their relationship and they're just saying they're crushing it. And so it's time for you to go get the test. There's really no more waiting involved because with the on-site lab, it's going to be quick and easy to get results in as fast as about 20 minutes. And then if you decide you need the treatment, they'll guide you through it. If you want at-home treatment, you can let them know, and they will educate you on everything you need to know to treat yourself at home. They've got the new mobile app, so it's even easier to meet with the provider through a video call on the app. Follow-up visits, all of that. Video tutorials, and I'm sure you're going to love it. So stop waiting. Just imagine how much better you'll feel when you take back your health and restore your energy and get on with the rest of your life. Book your appointment now at fixmylowt.com. You'll be wishing you did it sooner. Fixmylowt.com. Bill Belichick, the appeal of college football. I have no idea. I thought he'd be chasing Don Shula, chasing that down, ride off on the white horse, maybe an uncatchable record and all that. But he goes back to North Carolina, or goes to North Carolina, and the whole Jordan Hudson thing. But I read something the other day about the appeal of college football. And you know what he said, Maddie? No owner and no owner's son. Like, it's weird because that's like a shot at like the Crafts, but it's also like
the Jets. Like,
now,
what was he talking
now
about?
he's kind of running his own, like that he doesn't have. Well, you have an AD, you have people like,
and also too the amount of power that he had in New England.
You chose every player you wanted.
Right.
You were the GM. What are you talking about? The owner basically put all his trust in you. Right. You actually have less power.
Yeah.
Now you could maybe leverage certain donors. You're a Bill Belichick.
Sure.
You show up with all those Super Bowl rings and you say, hey, you want to have dinner together and stroke a big check to North Carolina? That can get done. Think about the alum that'll be there. Jordan, Mia Hamm. Who else is going? There was a whole list of people that will be there
Julius
tonight.
Pepper's going to be in the building.
Peppers will be there.
Rashard McCants. You remember that guy? Remember that name? He was amazing as a freshman.
Raymond Felton.
Tyler
Hansbrough, who was annoying as hell.
Tyler Hansbrough was a dog, though, but he was annoying to play against. Who else is going to be in the
I thought
building?
I saw the list.
Ty Lawson.
Vince Carter?
Did not see
One
him
of the
on
best
the list.
nicknames of all time. Half man, half amazing. Like, come on. Doesn't get much better than that.
That's really good.
We're going to believe. Here's the deal. They're an underdog on their home field by 3.5 to TCU. So everyone's doubting him because it was the summer of Jordan Hudson. Yeah. That he wasn't dedicated. Was he going to even make it to the season? He's got all these transfers. How could you get that together so fast? And so it makes me feel like, oh, yeah, this could get sloppy. Hammer TCU, just ride, or at least tease it down to 2.5 if you're that frightened. But there's part of me now that feels like this may be a stay-away game. Like it's one of those, and there's going to be a lot of pressure in the building with all those people we talked about that will be there. But I'm just erring on the old NFL coach going back to college, first game. He has less control. There's only so much he can provide in game one. And, I mean, now do I think he's ready? I guess. I mean, he's done taking bike rides in Nantucket, and he's
at the end of the
ready
day,
to go.
What we know, AR, is that the dude knows ball, right? Like, so, like, when it boils down to it, we get down to brass tacks with this thing. We know that old Bill Belichick knows what the heck he is doing. As far as roster construction goes, I think it's fair to question that based off of some of the things we saw in New England post-Tom Brady and all those good things. To your point off the top, we have no idea what we're going to get from North Carolina as far as the on-the-field product goes. Bill Belichick has moved the needle as far as interest in the program right now. They've sold out all of their home games, which is a big-time win for North Carolina. I trust Bill Belichick to roll out there a solid defense. I know that. I know he knows that well, and so I think they should be feisty on that side. But Sonny Dykes and TCU, man, like they respectable program, no doubt, and they're coming into this thing, I'm sure, with a big chip on their shoulder because North Carolina is getting all the attention. But you look at North Carolina's schedule. I mean, they do see Clemson. They host Clemson. But outside of that, there's no Miami on this thing right now. We'll see what Florida State turns into. That may be a team down the road, but there's no Florida State on this schedule either. So I think there's a chance that we could see Bill in a bowl game this year. And if I were a North Carolina fan, that's to me what I want to see. And year number one is get us to a bowl game.
What is Bill Belichick doing?
I'm not sure.
B&J against the world. So here's the other thing. This is like stupid analytics in history. He's never. So he's 0-2. Like he hasn't been that many places, right? He's 0-2 in his first game as a head coach of a team. So he lost his debut with the Browns back in the early 90s. And here he is again. Chapel Bill, all of that. I mean, Vegas is telling us it'll be a close one. They revamped the roster. They could probably keep it close early. I just think TCU usually has a lot of speed. They have depth. I think this game kind of wears them down a little bit. I think there'll be a lot of excitement early.
What is the line?
3.5.
What's the over-under?
Oh, that's up there. That's like 55. 54? Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
Okay.
It's up there.
Okay.
We should have a decent scoring game.
I got you.
Well, he's obviously a guy who, and you know what? I'll respect this. When he is interviewed, he is the same guy. He's not trying to hype it up. He's not trying to make it bigger than it is. He's saying, I have to have the team as prepared as anyone. I'll help him strategically. I can't go out there and make plays. Like, he's pretty boring when it comes to leaning into the hype. But, man, I don't know. I don't even know what I want to happen. I feel like both things are good. Him getting hammered at home would be good. Just a massive humbling. And then him winning would be like, oh, no, he didn't. He actually pulled it off.
I'm leaning towards the former. I want that. Yeah. I want to see him squirm just a little bit. Like them getting cracked in game one and have to answer not only how bad the football was type of questions, but the questions of like, hey, Bill, do you think all your offseason stuff was a distraction to the team?
And all that.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for.
They say he's been like preparing for this game since December, but really, has he?
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
Exactly. His son is running the defense, I believe. Steve? Yeah. I think Steve is the old DC over there. Remember, there was a wild theory out there months and months ago that Bill was only taking hold to this job or grabbing this job because he was going to hand the keys over to his kid eventually.
But he's got a problem with owner sons.
I feel like the Frogs come in with a returning starting quarterback, a guy that threw for a lot of yards, and I think there's too much against him tonight. The home field and the excitement in the beginning, they might hang in there. I just think it gets away from them. And so the fact that, TCU was a top 25 scoring team last year. That speed, Sonny Dykes, they're going to put pressure on Carolina, to stay with them.
What was it? That's usually me.
That was
what is that? What'd you have during the break there?
A drop is not needed. You don't have to mark the time on when it happened.
I already marked that time.
I could read him like a third grade textbook.
I hit that M.
I think that was a rice pellet from the bowl.
Welcome to my world.
Caught in the
Welcome to my world. You just get sniped.
And that is why we don't eat in commercial breaks.
And that's why we shouldn't. Well, when
Greek yogurt and protein powder right here,
you eat during the segments. That's the difference.
You're allowed to do that. We're noon to 3. We got to eat. I think it gets away from Maddie.
North Carolina?
Yeah.
It looks
I would take TCU and lay it.
So North Carolina is rolling out a quarterback by the name of Gio Lopez. So it looks like that's who Bill has confidence in.
Lopezers?
He looks like he started a couple years at South Alabama. So big leap for sure in talent. But last year at South Alabama, Gio Lopez, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So
he's dual threat.
Okay.
So this is not Tom Brady. This is a dual threat guy. So he should be ready to use him. You know what I mean? He's not just a straight pocket guy.
No, I completely understand what you're saying. I was just laughing because my mind went to, do we think Tom Brady shows up tonight to support
I
his
was
guy?
talking to Reimer. Are they that close?
Whoa, name drop. My gosh.
No, I said I was talking to Reimer.
I know, I'm just kidding.
He works here.
I don't think Tom would show up for this.
Tom barely goes back to Michigan games.
No, I'm just saying, that's his guy. Well,
is it?
Oh, it's not his guy. I don't think.
I don't think they're that close. I don't think.
There's not going to be a Brady sighting tonight.
Be very surprised.
I was just trying to connect the Jordan, Michigan stuff, the Jordan in North Carolina, Brady, Belichick. Would Brady want to be there? But my bet is no. He will not be in the house tonight.
No. The last thing we need to remind ourselves of is he left him. They split up.
Kicked him out.
That was.
Tom said
he wanted to move on. No way.
I'm going to bring Gronk and Crazy AB with me and win another Lombardi without you.
I think they do pretty well, in public, they put on a decent show.
Yeah.
But I think behind the scenes, Brady couldn't care less. He wouldn't, or maybe he's even rooting against him.
Probably
I don't
feels
know.
wrong to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Probably feels wrong by him that they couldn't see the whole mission through together.
Here's the better question, Maddie. If current Tom Brady.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
44? No, he's not that old, is he? Maybe he is.
He's up there.
He's not that young.
Where is
Tom Brady? Is 48.
Oh, so
if Tom Brady was quarterbacking North Carolina tonight,
they're winning the ACC.
Better chance or worse chance?
Much better chance.
Better.
Much better chance.
48-year-old Tom Brady.
No doubt.
No question,
cooking
man.
TCU
Back
tonight.
with his head coach.
I've never heard of Gio Lopez before this segment.
The little Lopezers, I don't know. That dude can run.
You would take Gio Lopez over Tom Brady tonight? The fact that you're taking
when was the last time he threw a pass?
Last season. He was a starter at South Alabama last season.
No, I'm talking about Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Talking about Brady.
What if he showed up and you just gave him warm-up? No game plan, nothing. You still think he'd win?
Yes.
No.
I don't think so.
Yes. He doesn't need it.
I don't think so. He's almost 50.
Don't care. I'm the wrong guy to play this game with. We would do stupid quarterback drafts a couple years ago. This dude was retired, and I still was picking Tom Brady. Still was picking Tom Brady with some of my picks. Last, he played in Tampa back in 2022, AR.
Okay, Philip Rivers goes out there. Out of shape.
Phil Connors?
Out of shape and all.
Give me Gio.
Okay.
Give me Gio.
Cam Newton.
Cam.
Gio.
Yeah, Cam.
Come on, these guys are not in game shape.
Cam could physically dominate TCU. Just physically impose them, I think, throughout the game. And then you get to his brain and all that stuff that he's seeing. Those guys can't handle Cam.
Oh, see, I'm going the opposite.
Because Cam's what? How old is Cam right now?
Upper 30s.
Cam Newton, 36.
He can still go out there and get busy tonight. One game. That's all we need him for is one game. We're not
That's a yanked hammy in the first quarter.
This is the best sports radio topic ever. Could Cam Newton, quarterback North Carolina, do a win tonight?
Aging, retired quarterback could Belichick have tonight?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Listen, Vegas thinks he can win the game with Lopez. So
we're replacing him with 50-year-olds.
I'm taking Tom Brady though. Mm-hmm. Tell you that much. I'm taking Tom. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, you really put him up against it. No warm up, no nothing. Can we?
Fly in.
Can we
get a walk through?
Okay. Can we get warm up?
He gets a warm up.
Oh, come on now. Now we're being real disrespectful to Gio Lopez.
Chad Henne beat the Browns in a playoff game.
Yeah, not too long ago. Yeah. He's only a couple years out.
All right, we got. By the way, what do you think the over/under is on Adam King sidling up with Matthew McConaughey on the sidelines? Like, did he try? Did he talk to him? Did he get a picture?
Oh,
like
Nicole got a picture.
Okay, do we think Adam did? He wasn't going to be one-upped by her.
I say over half a picture.
All right, we'll ask him in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai of Dublin, lease 2 Elantras for $200. That's right, lease 2 new 2025 Elantra SEs for just $200 a month for 24 months. Both your new Elantras come with complimentary Hyundai maintenance with free oil changes and tire rotations for your entire lease. G-Lakes Hyundai of Dublin.com with approved credit, $39.99 down per unit plus taxes, fees, first month payment, 10K miles per year in time due.
Looking for bold flavors and award-winning spirits? High Bank Distillery is your destination for handcrafted cocktails, locally inspired dishes, and Whiskey War, the nationally recognized whiskey. Stop by their Grandview, Gahanna, and Westerville locations this week. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony once ran the table on the World 9-Ball champion. Coincidentally, Maddie is out looking for a Magic 8-Ball. Signs point to this is Rothman and Ice.
Indeed it is. Have we named the segment? It doesn't have an open, clearly.
It is called Adam's Kingdom.
Boy. Double hammer.
I feel like I'm back in kindergarten. Bullying is not funny, Cole. Okay? Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Good to see you, man. How was the weekend?
How you doing?
It's great.
You feel great?
I'm just so jazzed
Still
right
riding
now.
the
I feel left out right now, by the way.
Because of the hats?
Yeah, I'm being sandwiched between 2 men right now that are wearing Hockey and Hounds hats. I didn't know that was a thing today. I didn't know that we were wearing the Hockey and Hounds hat on
Maddie,
Monday.
here's what we can do.
Thanks, guys.
First of all, they're limited, as in limited to how many I can sell for the charity. But I have them, some of them, and I have them here. And they're available for purchase.
You take cash?
I take
Venmo.
I take Venmo.
Okay,
and
there we
I'm
go.
back in now. I'm taking Venmo.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I was out to lunch the other day, and I was wearing my Hockey and Hounds hat, and I was wearing a sweatshirt, not a sweater, a sweatshirt that said on the back, Adopt, Don't Shop. And some lady stopped me. She said, "Can I ask you what your sweatshirt means?" And I said, "Huh?" She goes, "Are people shopping for kids that I don't know about?"
Come on.
And I
That
said,
did not happen.
Come on.
She didn't
On
say
my
that.
life. And my sweet grandparents were there. I thought my grandfather... Not Meemaw, the other grandparents. Oh. And I thought my grandfather was going to say, "What are you talking about, lady?" Like, he looked so confused. I'm like, "Oh, it's about dogs." And then she goes, "Oh." And she walked away and she said to, like, the group she was with, well, I just thought they were shopping for kids. I'm like, what in the world is going?
Technically, you can buy a kid.
I mean, yes, in theory.
Yeah.
We would ask that you also adopt Don't Shop with Children.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Good to see you.
Hey, it's great to be here.
It's a great story. I like it.
We went right
Nice
off
hat.
the rails. It's a nice hat. You know, it's just because we care about the animals and you care about The Rock. So, you know, priorities.
You know, he is the final boss at the end of the day.
It's
But no,
priorities.
I love the AR knows. I love the dogs just as much as you guys do. Well, just as much as AR may be an impossible task. This guy loves animals more than anybody I know.
Even more than humans.
He tortured me. On Friday when there were two massive birds that were there at the tailgate show that we did.
I do feel bad.
And
I didn't think it would phase him as much as it did because they're on my side of the desk. I've never heard of an attacking parrot.
You were scared of the parrot?
Here's the thing.
I kissed it.
It was two parrots.
Yes.
It was two of those things. I didn't really know I had a fear of birds until that moment happened. I really didn't. When I was that close to these birds and one kept looking at me dead in the eye and then doing some type of screech noise, like I was like, I need to get out of here. It's seeing something it likes and I may be its next meal. That's where my mind was at.
That is ridiculous.
I had to gut it out for my guy AR just because I know that was his comfort zone. So that's what real partners do. You know, you meet each other at the 50-yard line.
He was, quote, gutting it out. He left the set.
You left?
I left and then I had to come back because we were starting a new segment. So I could not do the segment.
I didn't want to. I felt bad later because I think it actually affected more than I thought it would. I thought it'd be like, quote, a bit. Like it'd be like maybe he's not as afraid as we're letting on, but we're doing radio here. And then I realized like during it, maybe. And then at that point, I'm not going to just shoo him away. First of all,
that would have been nice.
They're not. I mean, they're free. Some birds are.
They're parrots.
Yeah.
They're not going to hurt
Their
you.
Their feathers are too bright.
The worst thing that they're going to do is say something mean to you.
Do you know how many animals have attacked people when people saying that this isn't going to hurt me?
Listen, you're talking to the guy. Another grandpa story here. My birthday at the zoo, like when I was 10, we had a whole birthday. We rented it out. They did this animal air show with all the flying birds. The bird landed on my grandpa's back and scratched him all up. He had to go to the hospital.
See?
Did it poop on him?
I
think that's supposed to be good luck.
I got pooped on while interviewing Ted Ginn one time.
That's a sign.
Yeah, I was interviewing it, landed right on my shoulder, and he goes, "You just got poo-pooed on." In the middle of our interview. You got to be friends with birds, all right?
No,
they're not going to hurt
Manny,
you.
what if a little sparrow or something?
A sparrow.
You wouldn't have. It was the size of this.
It was the
this
size
macaw,
of
this
the
parrot, and there were two of them.
And there was two of them.
It was beautiful.
It was a good-looking bird. It wasn't that. I'm just saying, you know, the way that the bird was looking at me. You know, I wanted some smoke.
You don't think the bird was looking at him?
Oh,
and trust
bird.
me, it was
going to
looking at
side eye somebody because it's a bird. They look out the side.
That's a good point. They can only see out the side.
Yeah, I don't think
you knew that. Did you not know that?
Maddie's being paranoid.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No. Listen, we all have fears of something.
That's true. I don't do spiders.
See?
What do you mean you don't do them?
I watched Arachnophobia when I was like 5 years old. You know that movie? Where that guy like has all those. Yeah, well, that ruined me.
Yeah, but they were big. They were massive.
Yeah.
Right? They're monsters.
That's my point.
I still believe those exist.
Like a little ant came crawling across this table, you're fine. But like a tarantula or something,
Get out
you're
of
out
here.
here. See,
Tarantula, that's something different.
That's my point.
I'm not saying I like them. I'm just saying that if one was crawling on the floor over there, you wouldn't leave.
See?
I'd be in that
Come
corner.
on.
I'll tell you that much.
A spider on the floor?
Yeah. I do not do spiders. I do the ones that jump. They jump around.
Oh, I didn't know anything.
See, everybody has something, man.
They jump.
Yeah, you never seen a jumping spider?
No, I haven't.
They like crawl up a wall and jump by it. I mean, listen. Here's the thing. I don't do spiders and I don't do dragonflies. Both terrify me. Here's the thing with dragonflies. They can fly. I can't. I don't like that. They got a leg up on me. All right. Spiders.
You can watch
they have 8
TV.
legs.
They can't. What? Like
that's great. That doesn't help me in an attacking mission here. All right. I can't fly away.
What's he gonna do to you?
A dragonfly?
Bite?
They have like a big bite or a sting or something.
Dragonfly I can maybe understand if it flew and landed on you.
But a spider, it has a bite too. It can kill you. A lot of them can
They
kill you.
got to be good for something though.
No.
They have to be. They got to be eating other insects that you like worse.
Look at Australia. There are people that live in that country, and they're checking their shoes to make sure there's not a deadly spider in them.
I want to bring up something else. Maddie, I found this out. You know when he was in Spain, he got a ticket, and
I did.
It's unpaid. It was a speeding ticket, or what was it?
It
Or a
was.
parking
I
ticket? What was
drove
it?
down a road that apparently was only for like residents. Like you had to have a special pass, and they had a picture, and they took it of me, and I'm just a little tourist driving down the road. And they reached out with €90 ticket.
He can't go back.
I can't go back to España. I got to pay this 40 euros off.
Why don't you just pay it?
Why don't I just pay it?
Why would he pay it? He's here now. He's not going back.
You plan on never going back.
When I show up at customs the next time, they're going to say, you owe us €90 if you want to get in. I'm going to say, all right, here you go.
There might be some interest on that, though.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true.
I want to go back to this animal thing, though.
Okay.
You don't have a fear of any
there's
animal? Like,
something.
just every animal for you is just, hey,
No, I'm not.
arms
I'm
wide
not
open.
Listen, I'm not insane.
Steve
If
Irwin over
If
here.
I'm out there in safari land and there's a tiger, I'm not going to go up and pet it. I'm not an
That's not
idiot.
what we're talking
We're talking about,
we're talking about like a squirrel. Like a squirrel runs in front of you. It doesn't give you the...
Some squirrels
There's
are actually, they
something.
can be tame.
There's something. A crow lands on your shoulder. You're not a little scared?
What about geese? I know some people who are scared
No,
of geese.
no, they're
call.
fine.
Good call.
No,
they
no.
start hissing at you and all that
That's
stuff.
fine,
Yeah.
because they think you're going to harm them.
Cole, do you not like geese?
I don't want to get like up close and personal with one.
Yeah, I'm staying away.
I actually can't talk to Cole without his beard. I don't want to talk to Cole anymore. It looks very weird.
I know, dude. And I got computer screens everywhere that make me look so pale right now. All shining on my face.
If you look like an intern
and
before you
Notre
were
Dame
12,
lost.
Yeah.
it's brutal.
He blew it.
What are you, an intern? What are you, an intern?
Hey, did you see Matthew McConaughey?
I did. I talked to him.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Was that for like a bit or something, or just talk casually?
I wanted to ask him just one question about being in Columbus. He was a really nice guy. I watched him take pictures with like 150 people.
What was the aura like?
I thought he would be much more standoffish than he was.
Okay.
I think he was really embracing the moment. And just, I mean, he was talking to all the Buckeye fans. He was taking pictures with any person that wanted one.
That's cool.
And just kind of enjoying it. Now, that was pregame. I don't know what it was. I'm sure once the game started, he locked in. I mean, he said to me on camera, he said, right now, I love the energy, but I know it's going to get loud, and these fans are going to start to get nasty. And he said, I can't wait. And then I saw Glenn Powell and talked to him. You know who Glenn Powell is?
Another actor.
You know who Glenn Powell is?
He's doing the Chad Powers deal? Or no?
Yeah, well, this is your savior speaking from Top Gun. He's the guy that saves Tom Cruise and the other guy in the Top Gun 2.
But isn't he doing the new spinoff of what Eli did with the Chad Powers?
I'm not hip to this.
Who's Chad Powers?
Go ahead.
Chad Powers was the Eli costume.
Remember when he went to Penn
persona
State?
that he went back to Penn State and but it was so over the top that everybody. So anyway, I guess they're doing something on Hulu now with it, and he's playing that guy.
Yeah,
It's too bad you didn't know that when you talked to him.
Well, I knew him from Anyone But You. I knew him from Twister.
But this is his next newest thing.
Well, I wasn't asking him about that. That guy, unbelievably nice. It was insane. You would have he was excited to talk to me.
Yeah,
I was. And
it's everybody.
Well, that's true. I sent my mom a picture of us, and I said, Glenn Powell got to talk to me. How nice.
Yeah. This is to your mother? You sent this?
I sent it to my mother.
Yeah. Did your mom think that this guy's better looking?
It felt hurtful
that
everybody was so excited that I was talking to Glenn Powell, because it felt like, they were looking at this handsome man, and then they're like, well, there's Adam.
You felt lesser than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you got to stand next to people that, that's why I really, really like hanging out with Cole. Because when people see Cole and I together, there's no real debate.
Yeah, you want to be with someone that makes you look good.
Exactly. It's
That's
like
right.
when you're older and when you're younger and you get older friends. You feel great. If you're 60 and all your friends are 70, you're like, I can do remarkable things. Watch me do the monkey bars right here. You guys can't do this. Look how amazing I am. That's what you want to,
So you took a picture with him or just with Matthew McConaughey?
So I interviewed both of them.
I know, but after the interview's over, at that point,
I didn't take a
you're
picture.
good with just the video.
Yeah,
good.
that's
very
my job.
professional.
That's my job.
Okay.
They were both nice enough to give me the time. I'm not going to take any more of their time. Respect. Yeah, that's my job.
Respect.
I only took one picture. I have a really steadfast rule that I won't do pictures with players or stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was one guy I realized that I never really got, he and I are very close and I really like him. Travion Henderson. I never got a picture with him. And I said, Trey, let's get a picture together.
Play the goal.
All right,
He and Travion Henderson are really close.
Well, I just...
Really close.
And so it was cool, and I don't know the next time he'll be back. So I got it. I have a picture with Travion Henderson and then Justin Fields, but I didn't cover Justin Fields. That's from a long time.
It's a good day. It's a good day at the office. What it sounded like.
It was And we haven't even talked about football. We have to go to break. I haven't even talked about
We're going to go to break. We'll talk football. But I do want to know maybe the most famous person you have a picture with. I want you to think about that.
Tiger Woods.
That's a tease. Oh,
that's great. Do it after the break.
Gosh darn it.
That's not it. I have a better one. I have a better one.
That's why he's in TV, folks.
Do you actually?
Yes, I have a better one.
That's why he does TV.
I don't know if there could be a better one. Way to go.
The tease is it's
We'll
above
come back.
Tiger Woods.
All right, you talk to players, you talk to the coaches. You'll share some of that next?
I'll share all of it, not some of it.
And his top 5 fears, 1 through 5. Adam King with us, Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose.
So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, or player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. A gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Back to work, school, it's all happening. It's real life. Routine shouldn't be a bad word. How about winning rhythm? Losing weight every week with Awaken 180 and looking forward each day in every weigh-in. Fast results online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the Fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks, contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood every single year. And the reason why is water and Weed Man. Good news, I'm only selling you one of them. Fall is the perfect time to improve your lawn for next year. The work you do or don't do now is directly reflected next spring. If you want a beautiful spring lawn, it starts now, not next April. Now through the end of September, mention the promo code Common Man and get a free blanket weed control with the purchase of a full program. For a free quote, go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com.
Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10 TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan.
He's a former coach with 2 sons who played professional basketball. Satch Sullinger's a competitive individual, but his golf game was suffering because of painful joints.
As we get older, we create these bad habits because we're relegated to hit a certain way.
QC Kinetics used regenerative treatments, all natural healing properties from Satch's own body, to restore those damaged joints and get his golf game back on track.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me, all natural. And that's what I'm about. I'm going to tell everybody why I'm better.
Oh, and by the way, it looks like the competitive Satch is back, feeling great and giving his golf buddies a hard time.
We're all in the same boat, and I'm getting better, and I'm watching them stay old.
Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus. Get relief and your game back. Call for your complimentary consultation. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Again, 380-208-4544. QC Kinetics.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, before we get to the rankings, I do want to tell you this. I want you to think about this for a second. You can confirm this. I had read this somewhere where Matthew McConaughey said he does not wear deodorant. Nice. So he showers like Matty multiple times a day, but he believes that his natural scent is not unpleasant. Okay. Even when he stinks or sweats. So he prefers his natural smell to the artificial fragrances that I could see on the other side. If you put too much of that on, it can be a turn off as well. Like if you're a guy that like just to bathe in cologne. But so anyway, you're telling us that his scent was fairly sweet.
I will say this. I am of the belief that if you only shower once a month, on that day everybody says, wow, you smell really good. And then you just on the decline for the rest of the month. But that one day is great.
I can't subscribe to that.
No, okay, sorry.
Ohio State going to number one. Maybe not unanimously, but they probably will.
This really fires me up. It's real stupid. Also, I was kidding about the shower thing before somebody writes me and says, take a shower, you goon. I want to say...
Well, it's not smell-o-vision, so what do you care?
That's true. Good point. Yeah. Good point. I want to say to those out there that have an AP vote and are listening to this show right now, which is a very specific number of people, if you don't rank Ohio State number one, what are we doing? It is absolute insanity. When Texas was rated number one because people thought they were the best team in the country, Ohio State made them look human. They made them look docile. And yet people are now like, well, Texas must not be very good. That's not how that works.
Who's saying that Texas must not be very good?
So many people. What have you heard about Arch Manning? It's not that Ohio State's defense caused them problems. It's that Arch Manning is overrated.
Honestly, I went the opposite way at the beginning of the show. I actually think Arch played better than people are saying he played. Now, the first throw, he skips a 20-yarder wide open in the zone, wasn't good on a rollout. But I thought his athleticism was on display. I thought that Matt Patricia confused him a lot. He's a young quarterback. He's got to grow from that. People did come in thinking, because he's got Manning on his back, that he should be one of his uncles right from the get-go. So I thought the expectations were a hair unfair, but I also didn't think he played as poorly as people think he did.
He went up against a Matt Patricia masterclass and a defense that proved that yet again it's going to be the top in the country. And as I said before the season, I think better than last year's defense.
They confused him without blitzing.
It was beautiful. Yeah. They lined up 8 guys on the line. He had no idea who was coming, who was going, who was dropping back where. It was magnificent. At the end of the day, you have to give Ohio State the credit. And no yes, doubt. I saw somebody say they only had 200 yards in the game. That's great, but that's because Ohio State found out about midway through the second quarter that they can win this game with defense as long as they don't make a mistake on offense.
I don't think you could have a game where 2 beats 1 in the coaches poll and 2 doesn't go to 1.
Yeah, that would make no sense to me.
And I told this to Maddie on Friday.
Yeah.
LSU going on the road to beat Clemson was big. That was a big game. They didn't kill them, but it was big. Sometimes when you kill them, then it works the opposite. Then people saying, oh, the team you killed was overhyped. Yeah. And you actually get less points. The fact they're both close wins, I thought was good for both teams that won because they're all thought of pretty highly. Would I crush somebody if they said LSU's 1 and Ohio State's 2? I don't think I would crush them, but it wouldn't really make any sense because if you are going just by the preseason rankings, which is what only people can go on, because there's not enough games to go on body of work, so you have to go on the numbers. So if 2 beat 1 or 3 beat 1, and what was LSU, 9?
Yes.
9 beats 4 and doesn't crunch them by 3 touchdowns. The only splitting of the hairs, and you have to admit this a little bit,
is they went on the road.
They went on the road to a tough, hostile environment.
I have no problem with LSU being considered for a top spot. I still will say, and I can't wait to see.
Well, they should be 2.
They should be 2. But look at the people that rank them 1, and then look how they do the rest of their rankings. Because here's what I know this is going to happen, and it makes no sense. They're going to rank the LSU 1, Ohio State 2, and then they'll put Texas at like 4 and Clemson at 10. So they'll say LSU beat the 10th best team, Ohio State beat the 4th best team, but I still think LSU should be ahead of them. That doesn't make sense to me.
Don't get too crazy about it, because as you know, these playoff rankings are coming in a couple months,
get
right?
so mad.
That's what matters most. I'm with you guys. I think Ohio State should be 1. I think you put LSU right after that, and you have Penn State at 3.
If Penn State gets one first place vote,
they won't.
If they get one
they
first
had
place
23 first place votes before the season started.
that's great. And Ohio State beat
Of
the number
course.
one. If they get one
Of
first
course.
place vote, I am walking into this studio and
naked.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
And we're leaving.
Yeah. Well, you can stay if you'd like.
No, I'll
you
be
know.
sprinting.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
You'll get into a pool of spiders naked if Penn State is number 1.
I cannot think of a worse thing in my life.
Ooh. Hey, real quick.
Fear factor stuff.
Going back to the picture AR asked you about. You were supposed to
Now,
wait
you have a
until
picture
after
of
the
the
break.
one-on-one with Tiger Woods? Is that what you said? Just a picture of you and him, arm in arm?
Picture of Tiger and I. That's a big one. But I will say, sports-wise, I don't think it's the same as like outside of the sports world. Like I have a picture with Tom Brady, but I don't think it's as cool as like I have a picture with Paul Rudd. I think meeting Paul Rudd was pretty cool.
Actors are different.
They're different. I got to meet the Always Sunny in Philadelphia people. I got to meet the dad from Modern Family. Like these people are cool in my. Then think of all the people that come to the Memorial Pro-Am. Luke Bryan.
You took a picture with him?
Oh yeah, Luke.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a.
He puts on a great concert, by the way.
I love Luke Bryan. He's one of the nicest celebrities I've ever met, without a doubt. Not even close.
But you're
Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is probably the man that I have a picture with.
That was a couple years ago.
Yes.
So if you had a wall of fame, you with someone taking a picture, they agreed, and you line them up 1 through 5 in your mind, what would they be?
Probably Chris Pratt and McConaughey would be 1A, 1B.
Over Tiger and Tom Brady?
Because it's not, in my mind, because I cover sports, it's not. Now, Tiger Woods is the background on my computer. He's my, I love Tiger Woods. That picture I will always cherish.
You love everything about him.
Everything about him.
On and off the course. Just everything.
He's my role model.
That's what I thought.
And
you have a 6-iron hanging over your...
That's true. But at the end of the day, I think it's different because celebrities are just such an amazing thing.
You're going after Tiger's records on and off the course. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. After this, I'm headed to Perkins. Hey-o.
For a bread bowl.
I've never been to Perkins.
I have.
You're missing out.
Good.
Is it good?
I think they're closing.
Oh.
A lot of them.
Devastating.
All right, well, so you got Tiger, Tom, Pratt, Brian. Who's the 5th?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Okay.
I like Paul Rudd.
Nice little lineup.
I mean, you came all the way in. Is your day off?
No.
The holiday? You're working today?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you could stay because you came all the way in, but if you're working, you probably got stuff to do.
I've already taken 30 minutes of your time. I really appreciate this. I know
we try not to illustrate that. It's just going to make it worse for the listener.
That's a good
They
point.
may have just joined right now.
I want to apologize to those that 1:30 on Monday was like their favorite part of their week. And now they found out this has happened, and they are just losing it right now.
You never know where you're going to get.
They're at their office job in the Nationwide building downtown, and they are just throwing stuff on the
Adam
ground.
King's like a box of chocolates.
Like a box of chocolates.
Every Monday at 1:30.
Like a box of chocolates that are
Adam's
old.
Kingdom.
Adam's Kingdom. We're going to need somebody else to say that. It's got like a deeper Adam's Kingdom.
We'll get Paul Keels to do it.
Yeah. My life is like a box of chocolates. It's been left out in the sun for a really long time. Nobody wants. Smells a little bit. No?
We'll end on that.
There you go.
Chocolate just
let
melts.
that marinate
I
a
don't
little
think
bit.
it smells. It
You
just
leave it
melts.
out for long enough.
Oh, it smells like chocolate.
It'd get
Old
moldy.
chocolate, but maybe, but it's not like something that would
What if it
start
has like
smelling.
Nugent in it, you know?
Is it Nugent? Is it Nugent?
What did you just say?
Mike Nugent?
What if Nugent?
What if what I had some
Nougats?
Ted Nugent in it?
Yep, leave it on there.
We got to
All
go to
right.
break.
Yeah, I mean,
All right. Hey, have a good rest of your day.
Hey, thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks
You
for
too.
supporting the Hockey and Hounds.
Hey,
Hat.
thanks for having me.
Now Maddie's got to do it. All right, we come back. Sports Center update, top of the hour, deeper dive. The Heisman Watch. Where are we after week 1 on the predictions? Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan.
Dormar, your planet hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Hey there, you've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. but you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt. And you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993. Again, that's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. After retiring from professional football, I never expected that me, Bobby, I'd have low testosterone. So I went to my friends over at Affinity. I got my labs done, and now I've been on a testosterone replacement plan with Affinity for 8+ years. Best of all, they've supplemented it with peptides and lots of other great products. Learn why me and thousands of men trust the experts at Affinity to feel their best. Get more energy, better workouts, feel like yourself again. And do not waste another day. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com today.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. Then when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Here's 3 reasons to buy your Blue Jackets ticket plans for the 25-26 season. 1, pick your seat and pick your games. 2, plans start at just 11 games. 3, flexible payment plans. Act now. Visit bluejackets.com/tickets.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99. And we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale. Now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Did you know, right now, the time we are in, that is the best time of year to buy new windows? Yeah, whether you have old drafty windows or the cheap ones that came with your house, September is the perfect month to protect your home against cold, snowy weather. And let's be honest, it's going to get hot later next year anyway, so you want it for then too. Year-round savings with energy-efficient windows from Window Nation, that's one of the best offers they have. But now this month, they have an even better offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, you won't pay any interest, monthly payments, or down payment for 2 years. And if you're a Buckeye fan, you've got another reason to buy, because Window Nation will give you 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you purchase a whole home full of windows. Trusted company, a reasonable price, go Bucks, it's all there. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No interest, no payments until 2027. WindowNation.com or 866-90-NATION to get your free quote today. That's 866-90-NATION or WindowNation.com. Go Bucks.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good
afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg with your fan sports update. Baseball in progress from Cincinnati. Reds lead the Toronto Blue Jays 2-0 in the top of the fourth after a Brian Hayes two-run double. In Boston, Guardians trail the Red Sox 2-0 in the bottom of the first after a balk and a Romy Gonzalez RBI single. College football, Chapel Hill becomes Chapel Bill tonight as Bill Belichick leads the North Carolina Tar Heels against TCU at 8. Tennis, U.S. Open continues today. Former Ohio State national champions J.J. Tracy and Robert Cash duel against the 7th-ranked pairing of Simone Bolelli and Andrea Vavasori at 2:35 in the second round of men's doubles. This update is sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
What's the point of watching football all weekend if you can't overanalyze it?
Reaction Monday is sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, the biggest story of the day is the Buckeyes are back. And you know why? Because they didn't go anywhere. They are the reigning national champs, and they protect home field against Texas, the preseason number one. And they do it in incredible defensive fashion with a scarlet curtain D on a 4th and inches at the goal line, which, by the way, go watch that replay again and tell me where the neutral zone is in football these days on 4th and inches.
You've been big on this because the whole tush-push thing is it's a tough thing that the NFL hasn't been calling neutral zone infraction on the tush pushes, and I think you're 100% right.
It's my theory that they have to give the defense a little. You got to balance the playing field a little bit.
I agree with
if you're going to do that. But Ohio State came up with everything they needed to do in big moments, and they faced adversity at the end when Arch Manning has the ball in a one-score game, and they're moving the football. And it was one of those things where I said earlier, like, if you checked everything that Ryan Day was hoping to get in game one, he got nearly everything. He really did. I mean, everything that was realistic to ask for. Like, you're not going to ask for, like, averaging 5 yards a pop running against Texas. You can't realistically ask for that. But he asked for a young quarterback to look composed, not make a drastic mistake you couldn't come back from. Also trust him on third downs to throw the football, to find the right spot to throw it to. If anything, his guys let him down early, which never affected his confidence at all. And so, boy, you really have to give it up to Julian Sayin in that moment, because everybody thought he'd not have jitters. Of course he had them, but show them. And he never did. And then the confusion that Matt Patricia threw at Arch Manning with the pre-snap versus post-snap defense. There were so many coverages. Manning was afraid to throw it in certain spots, although he got picked late. And it was one of those games where you really couldn't dial it up, Maddie, any better. Yes, would you wanted to blast them? Of course, but that wasn't realistic either. And I think if you're Ryan Day, he kept talking about just win the game. The result's the most important. This is a big game. It's huge. Honestly, you might get more out of winning a close one than you would if somehow Texas just turned the ball over 3-4 times and you won going away. Not that you wouldn't want that. I'm never saying that you wouldn't want to win convincingly. But the fact that you didn't and you grinded it out and you had to get a defensive stop at the end, you had to score some pivotal touchdowns. You know, Carnell Tate makes a juggling circus grab. You were really good in the shadow of your own end zone, too, where the pressure could have gotten to a young quarterback. So you didn't make those kinds of mistakes. You kept the penalties to a minimum. You forced the other team into making critical penalties that led to a touchdown, one of yours. So honestly, it's so weird to say this. They checked every box for me. There's very little that you could criticize or nitpick or want to say, well, they got to get better there, other than, and this is the caveat, is they play Texas, so you don't have to freak out about it, because we talked to Lache about it, is, they don't want to be averaging about 2 yards a pop in a running game moving forward.
Yep. Definitely want to be moving some people around more than that, even though I thought some of the offensive line play as far as pass protection looked pretty good,
great.
but just my amateur eye, I thought those guys did a good job holding up with the pass. So you're right, AR. Gotta absolutely get back to throwing some dudes out of the club because they did an awesome job last year. Travion Quinshon with that offensive line up front. And so hopefully in the coming weeks, especially in that Washington game, because that's the next game that I think is going to have a little bit more bite to it. But watch out for OU's quarterback, Parker Navarro. That dude's got something to him, man. So we'll be talking about him in a couple weeks as a seasoned guy coming out of Athens that could maybe make a little bit of noise. Coach Day said something last week that really jumped out to me when he was asked about the team and kind of what he knows about the team before going out there and playing Texas. And he used competitive and edgy. And edgy was something that really stuck with me because to me, that's more than just, hey, the offense is flowing well in practice and Julian looks good. That is hey, the defense is bringing it every day. I think that's where the edge can come from. And yeah, you can get that from your offensive line if they're really physical in practices and something like that. But when he used the word edgy, my mind went to defense. And even when I heard him say that, I was still kind of in wait and see mode when it comes to the defense, especially in game number 1, going up against a unit that we know has a bunch of talent in Texas. Man, did we see that edge. They were absolutely all over the place, flying around on defense. I thought the play calling on defense was good, and we talked about it a couple times to where guys were in one spot, pre-snap, post-snap, they were in a different spot doing a whole bunch of things. And so if Coach Patricia is going to have that optionality within his defense, I think that's going to go a long, long way. And now, not only was it, hey, we look up on the scoreboard and we held Arch Manning in Texas to 7 points, it's also we were tested a handful of times in this game on 4th down, and we responded there as well. So that unit, I think, is going to grow and grow. But just that type of dominant feel that the defense had, I didn't know that was going to be available in game number 1. I really thought that this would take a few weeks to get to that point. But not only was it the 4th downs, it was the critical red zone stops as well. And I just thought a guy like Jermaine Matthews, opposite IGB, this is a guy we've been talking about the last couple of years that he's had his moments to go out there and get some playing time. Now he's being called upon to be an every down type of corner, and he and IGB and the rest of the crew on the back end, I thought, really answered the call. And so if this defensive line can level up a little bit over the next few weeks and we really start talking about guys being impactful consistently down there, then you're talking about all 3 levels of a defensive unit having a chance to be really dominant.
Yeah, I just can't get over how composed Julian Sayin was. I thought that was the biggest part of the game for me, aside from the defense, of course. But they were a lot of coverage sacks. They were great. He was great outside of the touchdown they gave up, which was actually a perfect throw in at the very end. The receiver makes a move, so you got to tip your hat there. But I just thought the trust that Ryan Day and Brian Hartline had in Sayin in certain moments, because I think a lot of people would come out of the game going, yeah, they didn't take a lot of chances. They didn't really have to. Yeah, the ball he threw up to Carnell Tate was underthrown. He made a great catch. That is true. But go back and watch the play that he didn't complete, the one that he dropped the bucket in. He dropped it in a bucket to Innis on the sideline.
Yes,
right?
yes. Yeah.
Okay, he didn't catch it, but there was a penalty on the play. And it was a 3rd and 4, and he drops it right in the bucket. I mean, that's a catch that Innis has to make. Claire's got to make the 4th down catch. These aren't on the quarterback. And you thought maybe game 1 there would be stuff that was on the quarterback. The other one, if there was one play that kind of defined for me what they feel about Julian Sayin, it's 3rd and 3, you're up 7-0. There's under 4 minutes to go in the half. Your defense is playing lights out. I think the old thought process would be run the ball. Maybe you actually get it. It is only 3rd and 3. Let's run the ball and get it.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, that's okay. You punt it away. Your defense is playing great. What do? They call play action. He has to fade into his own end zone. He needs Carnell Tate to come back on a 20-yard route to catch a ball for a 1st down. I mean, if you go back and look at where Julian releases the ball and where Carnell catches it, that's a 20-yard air throw out of his own end zone, falling away with a defender in his face.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
That, to me, and now a young quarterback might say, I got to dirt this thing. I'm not going to just throw it up for grabs, because that's how games are lost.
Yeah.
That's trust. He trusted him at the end of the game on 3rd and 10 when they're up by 7 to call a passing play. So while he didn't light it up and throw it all over the yard and give JJ all the 50-50 chances, in critical moments on Saturday against Texas, they called his number. That tells me a lot.
Yeah, man, and you could see it with your own eyes. What we've been hearing about behind the scenes is that the arm talent is there. And as he gets stronger physically, but more importantly, when things slow down for him mentally, I think his talent will just continue to shine, right? And so you highlighted some really good stuff that he did there. I mean, I love that throw to the sideline to Carnell Tate because I don't know, there's a whole bunch of quarterbacks that have the confidence to make that type of throw.
You're throwing that out of bounds.
Correct, but he does. And so now that we have one game under his belt, I think in 3-4 weeks we're going to be seeing him make more special throws because he has the skill set to do it and he has the weapons to roll with him as well.
Yeah, I didn't have the numbers, but it wasn't about the numbers Saturday.
Not against that defense.
Not against that team.
You weren't going to get sexy numbers against that defense.
But imagine thinking of what we were thinking about before that game. No critical mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do anything stupid.
Stay out of your own way.
And he was a massive part. Now, certainly the goal line stand changed the entire outlook of that game. If Texas ties it, you never know. The fact that they came up big was monstrous, and the defense certainly shined, and you can win a lot of games.
Heck of a win.
That way.
Yep.
All right, we'll come back. We'll check the Heisman watch, get into our Bet365 today, update Maddie's Reds if we feel like it. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. Football runs deep in my family. My dad played here, and my brother and I are proud to carry on that tradition. At Monogram Homes, family matters too. They treat every homeowner like one of their own, building with care, precision, and pride. Monogram doesn't just build houses, they build homes, crafted just for you. So whether you're starting your first home or designing your dream space, Monogram Homes has got your back every step of the way. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, loads and no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com. Common Man here for Weed Man. I have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood every single year. And the reason why is water and Weed Man. Good news, I'm only selling you one of them. Fall is the perfect time to improve your lawn for next year. The work you do or don't do now is directly reflected next spring. If you want a beautiful spring lawn, it starts now, not next April. Now through the end of September, mention the promo code Common Man and get a free blanket weed control with the purchase of a full program. For a free quote, go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know, it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We welcome in September, still feeling like summer. For Labor Day, temperatures in the low 80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, very refreshing overnight with our lows in the mid-50s. We'll get into Tuesday with plenty of sunshine and dry conditions again, and afternoon highs in the low 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
A little Bet365 time as we get into football.
Let's get into it, AR, because you know we love everything that happens over at Bet365. Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers Bet $5, folks, and you're going to get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, or player props. So $200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to continue betting, and that's Bet365. So you need to do the same thing as well.
Hey, I wanted to let you guys know that if you think Bama will still make the playoff, you can get them at plus 170 right now. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you would do it, and I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like enough, especially with their schedule.
Yeah.
But, they could get the benefit of the doubt down the road. They didn't last year, so I don't know. I'm just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay.
As far as the game tonight, TCU and North Carolina, that's where I'm going. And, boy, the over-under is 54. I think this has got like teaser written all over it. I'm going to take TCU. I'm going to lay the 3.5 minus 110. I might have to tease the over. I might tease it down into the 40s and then play it over to try to get a little more juice. High scoring, TCU covers. I think they run away late from North Carolina. That's where my money will be tonight.
I'm looking at the world of baseball, and I'm so fascinated right now by the home run king chase, if you will, between Cal Raleigh, Shohei Ohtani, and then Kyle Schwarber. I guess you can throw an Aaron Judge in this thing. He's got 43 home runs for the Yankees, but give me Kyle Schwarber tonight, plus 245 to hit a home run. It's been a few games since he hit a home run. The last time we saw him hitting dingers, he hit 4 of them in one game. So I think now he's going to be back and ready to go. So give me Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run tonight. Plus 245 is the juice on that. Download the app, that being the Bet365 app, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Micah Parsons is dealing with a joint sprain in his back. I guess he may take another injection to get him on the field against the Lions.
He's playing. I think
before trading him, the Cowboys prescribed him on a 5-day plan of anti-inflammatory, some steroids, a little prednisone to help his back tightness.
Yeah.
They also had him on a PT program. He's been practicing this week. They say he's trying to play in Sunday's opener against the Lions, although Shefty reports that one of his sources say it's still uncertain if he will.
Okay. So if he gets out there, maybe it's even just a pitch count. Like, that wouldn't surprise me either, that if he suits up, that we don't see him get, his full pitch count there. They have a big-time matchup, so they're actually on a short week. Wow, it's tough for the Packers out of the gate. So they host Detroit Sunday afternoon, and then they play Washington AR at home next Thursday. And so 2 big-time matchups there. We know for a fact that he is going to be ready to go for that Week 4 game in Dallas. So we get a revenge game early on for Micah Parsons going to Dallas. But, yeah, I just can't wait to see him out there, man, with this Green Bay team now that I think has an even higher ceiling, because I think he's that big of a difference maker at a critical position.
Heisman watch after Week 1. Your guy, Jeremiah Love, they did not really feed him early.
Yeah.
He got his moments, tried to do a couple Barkley hurdles.
I think I want to switch.
So if you had to switch, do you have odds in front of you, by the way?
I do.
All right, so you had Jeremiah Love before the season at 28-1.
Mm-hmm.
If you leave him, then that 28-1 goes bye-bye. If you want to get him later in the year, you'd have to get his current odds.
Yeah.
So you can either hold at 28-1. I had Garrett Nussmeier, quarterback for LSU. What did I get him at, TLC? Was he 8.5-1 or 7-1, somewhere in that area? 6.5?
My gut reaction would have said 9-1.
You wrote it down, so I know you have it somewhere.
Yeah. I'll go check my files. Filing cabinet.
I'm staying. I'm going to stick and stay.
You should.
Who else? Where was
you real quick,
Carson
you
back?
brought this up earlier, but that throw Garrett Nussmeier made to, I forget the wide receiver was, whoever his teammate was, that might be throw of the year I mean, come on, man. Like, that was a touchdown in my opinion. I can't believe that got overturned. But that throw from Garrett Nussmeier was what it is all about. That's big-time quarterbacking right there. Like, that is, hey, like, my guy's kind of open, but I don't care. I know I'm that pinpoint accurate, and I know he is that good on the other side that I'm making that throw. So if you haven't seen that throw, my goodness, go check it out because Garrett Nussmeier was spinning that thing.
I really think he has everything you want in a quarterback now. It's one game. I'm not going to freak, but I watching him scramble, watching his toughness, watching that arm, his composure on the road. They were down. He had to bring him back. We all knew that whoever won these early games would have that leg up.
Yeah.
And the fact that he went in there into Clemson and won. So let me see where your Jordan. I don't think even Jordan Love's out
40
there.
to 1.
He's 40. So okay,
40 to 1.
So who are you switching to?
Real quick for the folks that haven't seen that throw, it was Garrett Nussmeier to Berrien Brown. That's the name.
Right. Insane.
Search that and you'll see that overturn, which was crazy. But just watch the throw.
The ball never really moved until the very, very end, and I could see what maybe they were talking about, but it never moved. He secured it all the way through, and I just felt like he had it long enough. That's what I felt.
I agree with you, AR. We may have knocked out throw of the year and catch of the year
by the Miami kid
in 1 week. I mean, the dude from Miami, just that one-handed whoop, that probably would have been picked off because that safety was there for TLC's Golden Dome.
So did he not think, whoever your safety was, did he not think, well, he had to have been thinking that was an overthrow. And then he was just going to pick it.
Yeah. The dude just mossed
it was amazing.
It was a great catch.
Yeah.
It really was.
By the way, how about this? Miami's receivers are former BYU and Liberty players. You talk about culture shock.
Miami's receivers. Wow.
Going to BYU and Liberty and then transferring to Miami.
They had that one freshman, though, that was eating. Tony?
Malachi Tony. Dude, he was a 3-star.
Yeah. Is that
I looked him
Kadarius' little bro?
No.
Is that your little brother?
Okay.
Kadarius is from Alabama.
You guys had to bring more into the slot to guard him. That's how he was
know.
getting busy like that.
And I felt like they could have utilized him more in the second half because he was way too fast for us.
Yeah, he looked.
Those little pivot routes?
Yeah, he looked nice.
Couldn't follow him.
Face-on was good, though.
Yeah.
He was good for you, and I like the fact that C.J. Carr, he was a gamer. He was a gamer.
I see the vision.
He was a gamer.
Yes.
He, by the way, throws a very nice ball.
Yeah.
Going to need experience like all these guys.
I see
but
it.
he showed me a lot, bringing you guys back. If your defense, if Notre Dame's defense bows up a little bit more, doesn't get beat on that PI, that killed them to put Miami in kick range. And then your offensive line just couldn't hold up to give them a chance at the very end to tie the game.
That Miami pass
very
rush,
good game.
That Miami pass rush was hunting.
Yeah, they really were.
Hunting
That was
late in the
a
game.
big problem. Our offensive line was really, really bad, and our defensive our edges were okay. But I mean, Carson Beck, there was so much time that he had. They were really good on third down, third and short. Our defensive tackles were terrible.
Manny, let me see if I can
mowed over.
Let me see if I can get to the. Let me see if I can get
It's
to the
won and
famous
lost in the
tweet.
trenches, Ice.
Yeah.
And we lost the trenches on both ends.
And you know Mario Cristobal's a former offensive lineman, so he is going to be locked in on that. They
Manny,
look good.
18 hours ago on Cole Bart Radio.
Yeah.
I think ND is going to dominate Miami.
I did.
I don't say this to flex if I'm correct.
Wrong.
I say this to preview how bad my mood will be if we lose this game. Go Irish.
Listen,
I think you jinxed your team. You shaved the beard.
That's what did you guys
tweeted
say.
out a dominating victory.
It's the beard.
Like,
that's what did.
I mean, I like the conviction of it. You did kind of push all the chips in, but
I thought we were going to.
But listen,
I did not expect our offensive line to be terrible because we returned a lot of starters.
Yeah, they didn't look very good. At the end of the day, though, you can sleep pretty well knowing that the quarterback position's in good hands.
who are you switching your Heisman vote to right now?
What
Or
I
your pick?
What I forgot about AR was how good Price is for Notre Dame. Like, he's not going to go anywhere
There you go.
with the rushing attack. So for Jeremiah Love, I didn't factor that in, that Price was still there. He's probably going to take some off of Love's plate. Love has a history of getting banged up. So probably not the best pick for me. I just wanted to do some outside of the quarterback position. If I were going
The
to
odds
change
were
now.
good.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Huh.
If I were going to change now.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I have to ask Fitzy about this, but Lenore Sellers.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about how high the ceiling is through the air with him.
Yeah.
but he's going to have that combo platter of stats that I think could look good. So if you allow me to switch, I'll roll with Lenore Sellers.
And the win-loss record's going to be iffy.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be a 9-3.
I know. So the stats have to be crazy good.
You're not really switching. What we do is we take the bet you made for Love and we flush it down the toilet. I like that. So you're down that money. I like that. And now you're grabbing Sellers at 9-1.
There we go.
Okay.
Now you're talking about language.
All right. We'll come back with our friend Ian Fitz Simmons, get his take on Bama, the Buckeyes, and a lot more. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life. And fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Buckeye fans, introducing Behind the O, the brand new app packed with original athlete and fan-driven Ohio State sports content. It's free to download in the App Store on iOS and Android, and every time you open it, you're helping generate NIL dollars for your favorite Buckeye athletes with zero cost to you. Get exclusive access to fresh behind-the-scenes videos, training routines, athlete lifestyles, and more from every Ohio State sport. Don't wait. Download Behind the O now and get closer to your Buckeyes than ever before.
Behind the O, free for fans, NIL for athletes.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Fall is the perfect season to tackle those home improvement projects before the weather turns cold. And if new windows are on the list, see my guys at Universal Windows Direct. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And there's no limits, plus 0% financing for 3 whole years. And a double bonus, you get $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule now. Give them a call, 614-502-5220, universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. Oh, yeah? The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman and Ice.
We are back, big time. Huge weekend in college football, made it a lot bigger in Columbus, sending Texas back with an L. Ian Fitz Simmons, our guy, ESPN Radio, one of the best in the biz, with us all year. Fitzy, good to have you, my man. Did not check, where were you this weekend?
I was in Atlanta for 2 really awful football games, boys. But my wife was thrilled because, as she said, oh, wait, hold on. You have 2 games in week 1? That's 2 game checks. Awesome. I'm like, no.
That's right.
I mean, one, it's my old butt out there wandering around right on AstroTurf for not 1 but 2 games. You know how badly my back feels right now? But, hey.
That money's spent already, apparently.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I've been in the Crooked Human. Go Google. It's one of the best. A lot of golfers use it. It aligns your back in a hurry. So, yeah, I was in that this morning. But, boys, it was a hell of a weekend, man. And before we even get started, beyond the tip of the cap, I'm bowing down to everyone at the Ohio State University, where Jerry Emig, Ross Bjork, go on down the list. But what you all did with a legend in Coach Corso was amazing. Letting the game day set on the 50. The best damn band in the land, spelling out Corso. He told me years ago, guys, we're entertainers, sweetheart. Football's our vehicle. Let's deliver. And that's Coach Corso. And everyone associated it with everything that happened beyond the tip of the cap. We as college football fans and all of us who cover the game and played the game, we bow down. You honored a remarkable icon in the most appropriate way.
The way they bookended it, it couldn't have been better. The way his last line, "Give me my first love." Like, I know that was a lock. Death and taxes, and he was putting on Brutus. We knew that, but The fact he still did. The one thing that you admire about, or I admire about him a lot, and you've been in the business a long time, so you'll get what I'm going to say. You rarely get a combination in where a guy makes it, has something that's a trademark, but makes it about him, and then is also very universally loved. And that shows me that he did something so unique to the love of college football, where he could draw so much attention to himself with the mascots, but it was so unique and genuine, the genuine love. That's why he was universally loved. Now, certainly as he was getting older, it became more of a challenge, but then there's just a lot of love for what that guy did. And maybe the biggest illustration of it is that Fox's Big Noon Kickoff picks up the ESPN feed at the end of the, because they know that they wouldn't be there without that show and that guy.
100%. And then Rinaldi and Felica, right, who are great friends of ours. Just Fox saying, you know what? Yeah, go back over there. Go on. Or that goes to show you the impact he had. I mean, every coach that I talked to last week and then leading up, when I was in Oregon, when I talked to you guys last week, as you know, I mean, Dan Lanning just went off on Corso. And then Fran Brown, head coach of Syracuse. Josh Heupel, saying, man, I was growing up watching Coach. I mean, he brought in so many kids that weren't true fans of the game that ended up wanting to play the game because of Coach Corso. Shane Beamer almost got tears in his eyes when I talked to him yesterday. By the way, that was a hell of a game. That was my highlight of the weekend. Shane Beamer, in our pregame interview, got emotional talking about going against Virginia Tech. He goes, man, I knew it was coming, but it really didn't hit me until I saw my parents. And he had to take a moment. He goes, Fitz, I need kickoff to get here. I mean, that's the game of college football, right? If that don't sum it up, and why we are so obsessed and passionate and have a love for the game, that sums it up right there. Well, we're just talking about Coach Corso and then the Beamer Bowl and family. Man, there's nothing better than college football. Nothing. But I'll tell you guys this. My crew with Mark Kesselshire, Kelly Stauffer, John Medani, and our spotter and statistician, we all just sunk $20 in together, boys, on Powerball tickets for $1.1 billion. So after all this passion and obsession and all this, poetic about college football, let me tell you something, fellas. If we hit that sucker tonight, I will not be with you next Monday.
So I'm so happy to hear you say it. Thanks for the reminder, by the way. The only guy that says he would win that and still
get your butts out there and go buy some Powerball tickets. Drive that price up. Come on, let's go. Let's all retire. Let's go.
Matty Ice says he'll win it and he'll be back tomorrow and the next day. I don't believe him, but
no. Now I will still call games. That's my sanctuary, man. You got to have a purpose to your day. I would still every weekend.
You're just going to trim the fat. So us.
That's my plan.
Okay,
but I'm not doing a talk show from 7 to 10 p.m.
No, I got you.
That's gone.
No, I got you, Ian. My thing has been if I win the lotto, I will be in here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to do shows with AR. Like I'm not going to completely give it up. I'll give you 3 days a week.
Yeah, see, we're kind of the same thing, right?
Absolutely.
I'll travel. But it might be PJ, right? But I'm calling games. I mean, I would not give anything up for that. But yeah, so we're all invested, man. You should have seen the look on the woman's face at 7-Eleven. When I went in and went, I need a $120 worth of Powerball tickets. She's like, I do what?
Hey.
Yeah, I do. Not kidding.
The sad part is I don't know how much you really increased your odds. These mathematicians, they know.
Not at all.
What were you more impressed with? I know it's a stupid question, but I'll ask it. What were you more impressed with, Ohio State over Texas or LSU beating Clemson?
It's not a stupid question because it was both remarkable. I mean, one team was at home, one had to go on the road into a hostile environment. But what I told you guys this before when after Big Ten Media Days, when Ryan Day told me this team is as talented, just not as seasoned as the championship team. I'm like, damn. I mean, on the defense alone, you got 8 guys in the NFL right now off last year's squad. But then I talked to I talked to the same 3 scouts. I told you guys this last year. Every week, same 3 NFL scouts every single week, 3 guys I trust immensely. And one of them told me that they went to Tennessee's fall camp just to see Jermod McCoy, who's going to be late first, early second round pick as a cover corner. He's hurt right now. but he went to watch, and talk to him and sit down, and with a couple other guys, but really McCoy. And he left Tennessee's camp going, wow, they got some really young guys that can play, but that's a massive drop-off from last year. The next day, he was at Ohio State, and he said, now this is what I'm looking for. This is got NFL talent. They may have lost a boatload to the league, but they are damn near as equally talented, just not seasoned yet, leathered. And you saw it on Saturday. This one particular scout told me that Ohio State may have the best tight end room in America. Now, the running back room is not nearly what it was last year, but O-line is going to be fine. D-line is going to be fine. The back end with Caleb Downs, it's going to be fine. He will demand excellence of everybody, and you saw it. So Matt Patricia called a great game. I think Arch Manning is also going to be fine. It's one game. I'm not overreacting to Florida State beating Alabama. I think Alabama is going to get it fixed. I mean, remember, Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame guys in week 2. And a lot of people wanted Marcus Freeman fired. How'd that end up? A lot of people in that city in Columbus wanted Ryan Day fired after losing to Michigan. How'd that end up, right? So, it's week 1. I'm not going to overreact to Arch. I'm not going to overreact to Florida State might be a top 10 team by the end, guys. Who the hell knows? But I am going to overreact to what I saw defensively from Ohio State because of what these scouts told me. And let me tell you something, man. They are freaking loaded. And they will be right in the mix yet again for contending for a national championship. They're that good.
Ian, I'm pretty sure we saw you on national TV when Nick Harbor brought in that 60-plus yard touchdown from Lenore Sellers, and I'm pretty sure those guys ran right by you on the sideline. And what jumped out to me about South Carolina and specifically Sellers was they look physical on TV. They look the part, man.
Dude. Dylan Stewart, I'm talking to 2 NFC scouts pregame. Number 6, folks, Edge, South Kakalaki. If you're a Bengals fan or a Steelers fan or a Browns fan and you get this guy, be happy. One of them told me, Matty, he said, if I could go ahead after the game and just kidnap him in the tunnel and drive him to our facility, I'd do it. He's forget top 10, he's a top 5 pick right now as a true sophomore. The other guy goes, I'll fight you for him, and I guarantee you I'm going to whip your ass. Because I want that guy. But it's not just Dylan Stewart or Brian Thomas or all these remarkable guys we have on the defensive side. You're right. Nick Harbor, when he walked by me after that touchdown catch for whatever it was, like 60 yards.
Yeah.
He didn't run track, guys, last year. He finally quit track going, you know what, Usain Bolt made in the lifetime, but I can make in 1 year as a wide receiver in the NFL. He completely dedicated himself to learning the game of football. Whether a corner is playing with inside leverage or not, or single high, all that stuff. And you saw it on display. When he walked by me, I'm telling you, I could have cracked a beer bottle on his tricep. I mean, he is pretty. Lenore Sellers is every bit of 6'3", 240, and he is gorgeous. They spawn these guys in a freaking lab. I mean, they are remarkable. So, yeah, to your point, Syracuse stinks. South Carolina is going to be a player in the SEC again. And remember how they finished last year? They're building on that momentum.
All right, well done, my man. Got 10 seconds. Belichick gets his lunch handed to him tonight, or he pulls it off? What happens?
Man, I'm staying away from this one. I like to wager. And by the way, Buckeyes, love the under 47. Way to go, Matty Patricia. My brother coached for him in Detroit. Yes, I love you, man. I'm staying away from it. I'm over-under, though, on 1.5. Herb Street and Fowler won't stand for it a lot, but the director might make them. 1.5 camera shots on the girlfriend.
Where is she? In the stands? In a box? She's not.
Great question.
She's not stalking the sidelines, right?
Yeah, they're definitely.
Yeah, they will.
Just like they find Taylor Swift every week.
I don't care if she's on the sidelines with a headset on or hidden somewhere in some suite. They're going to find her.
All right,
But I'm excited to watch what he has.
No doubt, absolutely, my man.
Crush the over.
All right, keep those game checks coming. I'm on team family.
Let's go. Hey, each of you I'll give you each $100,000. I got to split it 6 ways. So there you go. If we hit that sucker tonight, man, I'm donating. Let's guys. Hey, as Damone said in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, no matter what happens,
my toes are still tapping.
See you, boys.
See you, buddy. Oh, we finish each other's sentences, Maddie. All right, Ian Fitz Simmons, our guy, ESPN Radio, on the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We tell the truth next. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Right now in Washington, there's a fight going on to make life more affordable and bring back American jobs. Some play politics, and some want to get things done. Senator John Husted is cutting through the noise, putting Ohio first. The new tax bill delivers for working families and helps small businesses hire and grow right here in Ohio. Tell John Husted, keep fighting for Ohio families and small businesses. Paid for by Senate Opportunity Fund.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Hi, I'm Laura De Leon, president of Key Bank in Central Ohio. At Key, we're all about helping our neighbors. As your bank, we understand that we have both the ability and the responsibility to help our neighbors thrive. Whether they're trying to buy a car to take them to their new job, or tackle debt that feels unmanageable, or simply trying to do more with what they have, Key Bank is there to meet them in that moment. Key Bank opens doors.
All credit products are subject to credit approval. Key Bank, member FDIC.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, I just had the greatest day today. One of our customers in Delaware literally happy cried. Her new windows just completely transformed her home. It was just magical.
Oh, so you like magic.
Well, that's not what I was saying.
Is this your card?
Wilson, you didn't even... Okay, sure. That was my card.
And magic.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
After an audit of our programming, the suits here at the Fan decided we needed more baseball. And that common man is stupid. Good news, we fixed one of those problems. Catch the Reds on the Fan all season long. Yay, baseball!
The most common form of treatment for the arthritic joints is normally cortisone injections and gel shots and over-the-counter medications. And most patients have tried all of that and are still in pain.
Every day, Dr. Aaron Wolkoff, a QC Kinetics medical director, meets patients who have exhausted every method to get relief. They've been told surgery is their only option.
They want to stay away from that path, and they come to us almost as a last hope. So we're using our own body's properties to help manage pain, to help slow arthritis down, keep the patient active with no downtime, and get them back to what they enjoy doing. I mean, I love what I do.
QC Kinetics regenerative treatments from our board-certified providers help heal and restore aching joints. No surgery, harmful drugs, or downtime. Call for your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
All right, TLC, take us home, big dog.
All righty.
Take us to those lottery tickets.
Do you think, and tell the truth on this one, Do you think that the fans at the U.S. Open, the celebrity fans, are actually tennis fans?
Yeah, I do. I think a lot of them actually like the sport. Yeah, I think the atmosphere is great. I don't think it's not like you're going to some hockey game and there's a lot of nuance and you're not really sure of the rules. I mean, everybody has a basic knowledge of tennis, and watching them hit the ball at the U.S. Open. Now, I also think it's a little bit of see and be seen because it is the U.S. Open, but every time they seem to show celebrities at the Open, they seem into it. They seem like they're watching. They're rooting for one particular person. If an American is playing a foreigner, like I actually do buy it that they love tennis and the Open. Most of them.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak to these people's feelings. I think it's cool that these people are there, though. Like they showed right now, what do we got? Osaka and Coco Gauff playing, and Sierra's there, and Russell Wilson's wife, and some other people. And so, yeah, when you're in New York and you have big time events, celebrities are always going to come out. How genuine their love is for tennis, we'll never know. But I do think you have to have some type of interest in the sport to want to go out and spend a few hours doing what they're doing. And so, yeah, I'll buy TLC that, this is that they like tennis a little bit. I don't know if they're sitting there watching every other tournament when they're not at the U.S. Open. So I guess I'm kind of torn on this a little bit, but you have to like tennis to some degree to want to go do this, in my opinion.
Is it a see and be seen, though?
Well,
it's definitely part of it.
There's part of it.
Definitely part of it.
It's certainly at the Open, but every time they show a celebrity at the Open, they're not just gabbing. They're watching the tennis. Like, I think they're into it. I don't know how you could not be. It's an awesome place, and they do it right, especially a night match at the U.S. Open. Yeah, that's way up there for me.
I was flipping around over the weekend with football because Djokovic was playing, and I saw his post-match interview and I didn't see this happen live in real time, but he was talking about it afterwards, and he was asked, and he was like, by the way, I just want to take some time to thank one of the most famous rappers alive. He came out to the match when his song came on. I was really excited. Thanks for helping motivate me, man. Who do you think they panned to?
One of the famous, did he say of all time or currently?
I don't know.
Somebody that was there.
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
It was Fat Joe.
And my God.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
The New York legend,
and
right
I was
there.
expecting Jay-Z, so it was kind of... But it was a little bit of a letdown for me.
Oh, no, but listen, if we're talking New York rappers, there's no doubt Fat Joe's one of the top guys, for sure.
This is going to be a little bit of a long drop, but I like it, so we're playing it.
But I do want to know maybe the most famous person you have a picture with. I want you to think about that.
Tiger Woods. That's a tease. Oh,
that's great. Do it after the break.
Gosh darn it.
I'm glad you're in the drop.
Yeah.
It's all three of us.
I'm actually a prominent... all four of us.
No, I'm saying the disappointment in the three of us in that clip there.
Is there any chance...
Hold up, playa.
Exactly.
Any chance whatsoever Penn State is ranked number one this week?
Yeah, I think there's a chance. I was just looking on ESPN. A couple jokers have them at number one. I'm serious. There were a couple writers that had them in there.
I don't know what the heck what else did... Really? If you're not,
they're following Maddie. This is my theory. They're prescribing a different theory that since they were number 2 in the AP to start, that they can't lose ground by thumping. And since
they
number 1 lost, everybody gets bumped up a run.
No, that's not.
Honestly. Go to competition. By the way, these rankings mean nothing.
Yeah.
So do them the right way. You watched. Some teams are fortunate. They have tougher schedules early. They get the benefit of that. The winners get the benefit. The losers get insulated, protected with a good loss. But just because Penn State was number 2 to start the year in the AP doesn't mean because number 1 lost. I mean, they lost at number 3.
Yeah, Penn State being number 1 would be crazy town for me. Pick one of LSU or Ohio State. It should be Ohio State, in my opinion. But if you're not going to have Ohio State, it's got to be LSU. Like you just said, though, none of this really matters until we get to the CFP. This is just a nice framework for us to go into these weeks and have a couple numbers attached to these teams, which makes the games more exciting. But it cannot be Penn State. They played Nevada. Come on.
Oh, yeah. This could get sloppy.
Would you respect an AP?
Remember when I said that or why? Go ahead.
I
don't know. It's better that's a mystery.
You were talking about some football game. I don't even know what.
Well, hopefully it was football.
Who cares? We don't like context anyway. Yeah, no kidding. Would you respect an AP voter who did not take preseason rankings into account for their Week 2 rankings? I.e., anybody who lost is not allowed in the top 25.
No, because we can use our eyeballs, and we also know the talent that's on these rosters. So why would you drop Texas out of the top 25 for losing at Ohio State? That would make no sense.
Because they haven't won a game yet.
No, then obviously the answer is no.
Yeah, it's no.
And like we keep coming back to, these are just, I don't even know what they mean. They really don't mean anything. It's, you hope the committee, when we get to that, isn't like using that as their own framework.
Right.
But here we are. You have to benefit, you have to give the teams that have a tougher schedule the benefit of the doubt that on paper, the hype and the brandness of these programs and the rosters, this isn't a science. Nobody knows whether, like Bama got beat at Florida State. Bama was 8. Do I drop them out of the top 25 because they lost to a unranked team?
You don't need to do these mental gymnastics
They're
right now.
0-1.
Yeah, you don't need to do these mental gymnastics right now.
To his point, Bama lost to an unranked team, right?
They did.
Okay. So they actually could free fall.
They could bang one off the bricks.
But they won't.
They won't.
No.
They won't. They won't. Hey, before we go, if you missed anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. The wonderful folks at Bet365 are the sponsor of the Rothman and Ice podcast. Common Man and Timmy coming up next.
All right, we'll join you tomorrow, and we'll have a Ryan Day presser and get back to business. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
It's the Ohio Lottery's all-new $520 or $100 scratch-off. With 3 simple cash prizes, it'll have you saying, "Wow, that's what I call winning." With tracks like and the anthem celebrating the first of its kind $2 ticket. The $520 or $100 scratch-off is an absolute hit. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Columbus, the Blue Jackets schedule is out. And you can lock in your seats with ticket plans starting at just 11 games. Don't miss a moment of the action. Visit BlueJackets.com.
Here's a look at what's going on around the ballpark with your Cincinnati Reds. The Reds are home this weekend to face the St. Louis Cardinals, the Toronto Blue Jays, and the New York Mets in the penultimate homestand of the 2025 season. It may still be time to honor the Wizarding World on Sunday by taking advantage of that special ticket package that includes an exclusive T-shirt representing your choice from the 4 Hogwarts houses. You must purchase your game ticket through the offer to receive the T-shirt. Visit Reds.com/Harry Potter. The next family discount day by Klosterman is on Tuesday the 2nd. Families can save by purchasing up to 3 half-price tickets with the purchase of a full-price ticket in select areas of the ballpark in advance of game day. Go to Reds.com/family. For information on everything happening at Great American Ballpark all season long, visit Reds.com. That's a look at what's going on around the ballpark with your Cincinnati Reds.
Scotty Vegas here. Smartest bet of the season? Bet on yourself. I needed a weight loss plan that fit into real life. Tailgates, road trips, kids' nights, and still lets you eat. Week 1 with Awaken 180, I was down 6. By the end, 45 pounds gone. That's with wings, chili, meatballs, sausages, all the good stuff. It's the Tailgate transformation. Structure, coaching, and food that tastes like a win. Make the smart play. Start your Tailgate transformation at awaken180weightloss.com.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Week number 1, it all starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers, this one's for you. You bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets. Poof, instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Gotta love that quad box, right? Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THEFAN971. That's code THEFAN971 to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first first bet of $5 or more, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks. Contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling